Hello, how are we doing, tubers? Let's get my buttons all working. Hopefully they're working. Running a tad late at the second. So if you're just joining us tonight, we are doing our live UFO UAP Skywatch. We are coming to you live from Wiltshire in the UK, right in the heart of Crop Circle country and just down the road from Stonehenge. So do help us tonight. Spot the strange and anomalous. It's going to be fantastically clear, and hopefully the moon's going to stay down there, so hopefully it'll be even better than it has been previously. Right, let me quickly scroll up, see where we are in the chat. Oh no, we're doing the jumpy thing again. Patrick there, and Jenny, thank you for joining us there. Thank you for the subs, appreciate that. Or do let us know where you're watching from there. And where are we there? Sirius, you mean Sirius? How you doing? XM there, we camping out. What's this one? You're having a chat there, let me scroll through. Where did we get to? XM, welcome aboard, good to see you there. And if I don't, I'll take you to my dealer, my reptilian friends. What's that? How you doing, Dan, as well? Good to see you in. Baseman as well there. And Terry, good to see you tonight. Right, where are we over on the TikTok there? Carl is already in. Did you enjoy Movie Club? It was an interesting one there, wasn't it, tonight? Capricorn 1. DJ.
Nom nom nom, thanks guys.
Thank you for feeding Alan. Right, I've got too much stuff everywhere here today. And Carl coming in with the gifts. Appreciate all those guys. Goes back into the stream there, help us improve what we do. And when you collect the treasure box, guys, do thank DJ for that. How are you doing? You're looking forward to the weekend. How are we doing over on the tubes? We got to those ones, didn't we? There, Gaza is in, and I'm glad to hear it there, Dan. You've got many plans for the weekend. So, we are doing our live UFO, a UAP, a Skywatch. Now, it is dark for us here on the surface, but that blue, because the camera is so sensitive to light, that is still some daylight in. So, as our night moves on, probably around 10 p.m. there, then we are going to see some very, very strange things. Indeed, this is the night there. Is that Noctis? Thank you for that. Wow, that's a crazy donation there. Thank you. Welcome in as well. So hopefully it is tonight. I mean, look how clear it is. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. So I'm very excited for it as well there. How are your skies tonight there? I'm going to call you Naught from now on. Good to have you in. And Carl as well. Interesting. Just shows you what the government is capable of. I thought it was interesting. The beginning bit, I was all on board with, oh, this feels very plausible. And there's the last bit, I think, let it down. But you never know. You never know. I wouldn't put it past them. The film Capricorn 1, 70s film, talking about basically faking a Mars landing. Did you like the vids there? Oh, DJ, if they've been today, I might not have seen them. But if I've replied, I have seen them. And I haven't. I'm in the wrong zone. Oh, Paul there. Is that how we pronounce it there? In Czech. I love it there. I've been to Prague once. That's as close as I get. But good to have you in so much there. Oh, Paul in Czech. No, I thought you said Paul. Okay, we'll still call you Naught to there. So, we're all poor everywhere. But we do appreciate that. It's very, very kind of you. No matter how much there is, very kind. As I said, it all goes back into the stream, helping us improve what we do. But it is lovely and clear tonight, isn't it? We're just waiting for that darkness. Prague, it really is up, isn't it, there? It was a long time ago that I went now, and I really would love to go back. Absolutely stunning there. I've not travelled anywhere near as much as I would like there. But yes, so guys, as that blue goes, as the sun goes round, we're going to see more stars, some of the colour of those stars. Think of what Vega was like last night. It was absolutely amazing. There, so keep your eyes on the skies, and it's going to look beautiful. We're going to see lots and lots of strange things there tonight. Oh, last few. Oh, DJ, yes, those ones. Sorry, DJ. Yes, no, I remember the ones now. The one that jumped out to me was the human evolution one. There were a few extra things that I hadn't really clicked off. The differences of why we might not be actually as suited for Earth, which is a very interesting angle to me there as well. DJ coming in with the gifts. Grim as well, how are you doing tonight? And Yorkshire Coin Hunter, good to see you in. Fishing tonight, mates. Keep my eyes open and listen for the show. Love it, Yorkshire. Again, if you spot anything out there, that's when it happens, when you're out there with nature. You gotta let us know that. And Grim feeding Alan.
Nom nom nom, thanks guys.
Thank you for those ones. Scented, how are you doing now? Blue Nose, how are we doing tonight, Captain? And where are we? We're all down there. You are the man. Hardware, thank you. That's very kind. It's Alan would argue. Alan thinks he's the man there. And 76, thank you for the follow. Where are you joining us on tonight? Joanne is in as well, and Paul has gifted another membership. Do appreciate that, guys. And say thank you. Who got it there? Oh, hey up, you got the membership. Hey, you can tell us what the experience is like versus the Patreon there. So appreciate that. And members, remember, you are able to join us for our deep dive. So as the US keeps dropping those documents, we are doing special live streams with our members and Patreons there to go through them one by one. It's been very, very interesting indeed there. Wow, and thank you for the support. I second that one, A up there. And Paul is in as well now, obviously. And how are you doing tonight, Paul? Got any plans for the weekend? And just going to there, test the box to highlight, see what the... Oh, excellent. Do try that one. I did change the settings to extra low, so hopefully it's going to be all right. That's the interactive grid. So, because I get hooked in the chat, guys... where's it gone? There we go. Because I get hooked in the chat, sometimes I'll miss the action on screen, but that's why we've got the interactive grid when it works, and then the mods can highlight it in real time. There, Mayor is in. How the devil are you? And where are movement at 11 o'clock? Keep it up there, so I can zoom in on some of these. I think it's quite enough to do that one. JM as well. Good to see you there. So yeah, even if I don't catch it, if I'm a little bit behind. And oh, as A-Up says there, please like and subscribe. Thank you, A-Up, for the super chats. Appreciate that. Super chats, the members, the gifts, the subs, all that jazz does go back into the stream, helping us improve on what we are doing here. And we should have, we're literally waiting for one more part, and then we're going to have some things to show you guys, so hopefully that's going to arrive soon there. Again, increasing our odds of detections, hopefully, together. I do appreciate it. But yeah, if you're up for it, likes and shares, do appreciate those as well. That helps us to reach more and more like-minded people like yourselves there. And the more eyes and minds we get on the phenomena, the better, the more we can all piece this puzzle together. So that's what we're doing tonight. We're doing a live UFO, a UAP Skywatch, and we're coming to you live from Wiltshire in the UK, which is right in the heart of Crop Circle Country, and just down the road from Stonehenge there. And Hamo at the top channel, thank you, Hamo. I do appreciate that, but it's you guys that make it that. It's your interesting knowledge that you're sharing, your questions, and all of that jazz there that really makes it. Nature puts on the show. You guys come up with the awesome conversation. I'm just waiting for my fancy chat, combined chat, to bring in the TikTok ones. So a bit of a delay there. Let me see where we are in here over on the TikTok. Make sure we're not neglecting you guys. DJ, the one I looked at most was the one that looked like, oh, hit warp drive, oh, lights and hit warp drive. Yeah, honestly, out of that drop, there was some interesting ones. Look, it's not the Roswell bodies yet, but they are releasing very, very interesting things. And just saw it today, that the senators that are involved in all of this sort of stuff, because the drops are coming from the White House, but there's still that task force that is set, isn't there, to look into the things. And they've said, look, it's an ultimatum now. We want conclusive evidence, which is very interesting there. So maybe they're going to speed up not just the trickle of slow release there. Maybe they're going to say, no, we want the big stuff very, very soon. We're all good there, Scented. How are you? And Kate E as well there. What if they're just satellites? So, Katie, I think you're mostly right. Most of the things up there are going to be man-made satellites in the night sky. There's about 15,000 of the damn things. Plus, then you've got the space junk, the meteorites, and all that sort of jazz. There is lots of man-made and natural things up there that we have to take into account when we're doing this search. Most of what we're going to see tonight is those things. And again, I'd be a bit worried if we were seeing, I don't know, even if it was 50-50, I'd still be worried. That's a hell of a lot of UFOs. But what we're going to be looking for tonight is the anomalous movements, the ones that act in very strange ways that man-made objects and shooting stars, things like that, just can't do there. So we're going to pay attention, follow them across the screen, and we're going to wait to see them stop dead, shoot off at speed, change their course or trajectories. When they act like that, then that breaks basically physics for a satellite. Satellites are falling to Earth in a big circle, so if we see anything vary from that, then we know we've got something a little bit stranger. But Katie, you're right, most of them are going to be satellites there. And 76 as well, thank you for the shares. Again, appreciate that. You never know who's going to then find us, come in and share their experiences with us there. We've had some phenomenal ones over time. That is my favourite thing there. Show me the aliens. Oh, Scented, I think we all can agree that one. And Ark, how are you doing tonight? Good to see you. Right, back over to the tubes. Where did we get to? Oh, only a 6-second delay, and that's the fastest it does, but 6 seconds, that's still quite long. I thought we'd got it faster than this. Frustrating. But thank you for testing that one. We'll just have to account. Where's that object going to be in 6 seconds? We've got to predict that next square. And you've got spaghetti for supper, fellas, XM. That eat your hearts out. I mean, it's not so bad. It's not so bad. I'm partial to spaghetti hoops every now and again, you know. And A up there loving the stickers. Oh yeah, because now you see you're what do they call it? Member, there we go, over on YouTube, you get access to all of the classic stickers, and the more members we get, the more stickers we can add. So we're not far off, guys, from being able to get the Sainsbury's bag back as a sticker for it there. You know what? What's up there, Maya? What do we know? And XM, if she would have known I was coming there, she would have baked a cake. Oh man, don't get me started with the cakes. I want cake. But then again, when do I not want cake, guys? So yes, if you are just joining us, as you can see, the stars are popping out now. There we have got lots of daylight still there, because the sun may have gone around for us here on the surface, but it's not fully gone around, and it's doing our night vision in a bit. But more and more stars on those objects are coming out there, so do pay attention. We're going to see some movement across the sky, and we need to see those moving objects act strangely. If it's a straight line at a consistent speed, we can't tell it apart from the many, many man-made satellites. But if it stops dead, shoots off at speed, changes its course or trajectory, and then we know, in fact, it is something a little bit stranger there. And Adele, hello! I've been MIA for the last few days there. Have I missed anything? Adele, you've missed some fantastically clear skies. But I don't think you've missed anything slam dunk there, so it's all right. Alan will let you off today. I hope you've been up to some very, very fun things there. Oh my God! Oh, I thought I took Maya there. I was like, I took the first part of that seriously. But with the Sainsbury's bag story, I have as well. M to the C, loving the stickers. How the devil are you? And scented, the moon is very bright tonight as well there. Can see the big crater with my own eyeballs. Luckily, it's quite low down for us. I'm hoping it's not going to do too bad, but I might have to reposition the camera. I cannot wait for the moon to go away. Look, I love the moon. It is stunning, but it does do our night vision in there. Where are we? And Yorkshire there, thank you for the follow. Where are you joining us from tonight? Guys, if you are new here, do let us know where you're watching from. If you've seen anything as well there, do let us know that. We'd absolutely love to hear that one too. And Soulful as well, thank you
Nom nom nom.
for
Thanks,
feeding
guys.
Alan there. And we can sit in the on sick bay there. Exactly, Mal. Does sick bay cover that sort of thing there? And just glad it's cool at Joanne. I've not got the fan on. I've not got my thermometer. I'm probably going to regret that one. But oh my God, the difference today. It is now not awful. Although looking at the weather ahead, it is going to be a bit rubbish after that. So, you know, I told you I'll be complaining when it's cold there. And Indy there. Hello, everyone, following from Glassport. Very much over at Glassport. Gospel, what am I putting an L in there for? Sorry, guys. From Gospel there. Good to have you in. How are your skies this evening there? Yesterday, well, Maya, I am looking forward to sickbed, and I've got some issues that we need to sort out there. Carl as well there, double feeding Alan.
Thanks,
Thank you for that. It all goes back into the stream there. All the gifts, the subs, the members, the Patreons, all that jazz, the super chats, goes back in there, helping us improve what we do. And Naughty there, in a cabin on Bohemian Forain Highland there. Very low light pollution here. I am totally pronounced that one wrong, probably. But that, honestly, out in the country like that, it sounds very idyllic. But yeah, the lack of light pollution. I said before, I was based in a much more populated area just outside of London. And oh my God, I never paid attention to the skies, could barely see anything of interest there. But as soon as we moved here to the country, literally, I think it was the first night, it was a clear sky. And I walked out and went, oh my God, you can see stars, you can see the satellites moving. It's amazing, isn't it there? Have you had any awesome sightings yourself? And from Portsmouth there, just across the water from Gosport, a small world. Again, Portsmouth and Gosport not far from us here. In fact, I had a sighting when I was setting up the camera once, and I saw this object moving across the sky, and I badly filmed it on my phone and posted it. And there were people in Bournemouth and Portsmouth, basically, they went, oh, I've seen that, and it was like following, and it went in that direction. So that's the thing that I want to kind of test with this stream, is like, if we get a sighting in here, we'll know its direction. Can we give it a heads up to you guys down the road? Go, right, are you going to see it in a minute? Can we all check in? I think that'd be quite fun. And we have a Blue Bee in a 2. Oh, I'm so far behind already there. Oh, that one, is that the stationary one? Because there probably was some moving ones there. Is that one? That one there is a Vega. Absolutely stunning. Keep up other good. Spotted. Oh my God, I thought I was going to be better in Out the Heat tonight, but I'm stumbling left, right and centre over the words. We did, to be fair, just do our monthly movie club over on the Discord, and I had literally 5 minutes to get ready. So I suppose I have to calm down for a second. And watching from Birkenhead, very, very welcome in there. Hamo. Birkenhead, I know the name. Where is Birkenhead on the map? There. And Adele, my boyfriend, and I was driving from Bournemouth the other day and saw something odd. Oh, share away there. What sort of thing? Was it strange lights in the sky? And did you see the picture I sent you of my doorbell capture this? Oh no, I haven't. No, we was stuck in movie club, so I haven't updated since earlier in the day. I'll check it out after the stream though, Mal. And Ben there, and I'd help with that same. Definitely, I'm not far from you. Exactly, Ben. This little network, I keep wanting to do our little world map of where all you guys are, and then we can figure out. Could probably automate it actually. Especially when the tracker's working. We can get you like an automatic ping, so you guys can go, right, coming from the southwest, keep your eyes on the skies. And hardware there. Sorry, going off subject, Sam. Oh God, where has it gone? I never knew that the famous ex-UFO guy, Nick Pope, passed this in April. Yeah, so it's not off subject. It's perfectly fine. And yeah, it's a shame. A definite loss for everybody in the community. Did a lot there. Very, very sad. Yeah, not that long ago at all. It's only like a month or so. And it's very, very sad. And it was very quick as well. There wasn't much warning, which was always very, very sad there. And oh my God, the doorbell's the best UFO watchers last days, as a strange green meteor in Vegas. Oh, I haven't seen that one yet. But look, all this technology that we're getting now, it is very interesting, isn't it? With all these cameras, all these recording devices, we're going to pick up so much more there. Near Liverpool, it rings a bell, Carl, doesn't it, for it? And Birkenhead, I always think it's that way, but then I tend to think a lot of things are up Liverpool way, and I'm like, no, I get it wrong now. We've got some movement. Keep your eyes on it, see if it does anything strange. And it was daytime, but it was stationary silver object. I zoomed in on my camera and it moved. Ah, okay, very interesting. And it moved to the other side of the sky. So quickly it disappeared. So from stationary to moving like that, very interesting behaviour there. I mean, I think you would have seen if it was a drone or something. That is very, very strange. I like that. Thank you for sharing it. Queen, yeah, Queen's in there, and hi from Westwood Ho. Why do I know Westwood Ho as well? North Devon, that's it. I think I've gone past the signpost. I think I sing every time I go past it, or used to. Very, very welcoming. Your skies are absolutely fabulous in Devon. Very jealous, and only a county or two across. And I was expecting you to burp just then after that sip. I think it just caught me out just then, scented. And others, no, did that one. Naughty as well. Actually, NVIU are probably the best Europe UFO location around there. Maybe Rendlesham Forest. So, thank you. Yeah, well, we're actually quite in a hotspot. So we're right in the heart of crop circle country here in Wiltshire. Again, long history of weird and wonderful things, being just down the road from Stonehenge. It is a strange landscape, but you know, I think Scotland has definitely got quite something to answer for there. Lots of reports from you guys from Scotland. Where are we? How about where you guys live? Do any of you guys live in a sort of very active areas, getting multiple sightings there? Multiple sightings? I was going to say black orb. It was something on my screen. Honestly, the cursor as well tricks people. And Liberty, how are we doing tonight? And Ripnick, exactly, there, Indigo. Birken is over near the river. Ah, okay, so we was right there. Well, say we was right. I can't tell. Carl was right for the location there. And yep, if you, word is that the Rendlesham thing was a military prank. Oh, basement, I've heard that one. I've heard the SAS were winding up. I've heard a few different theories around it. I mean, I'm open to it being something other than aliens. Look, I think we know something did happen, and I'm open to it being something other than aliens there. But I mean, there's some other strange things going on around there. So I need more, I think, ever to collapse that down into a decision of which way. But it's interesting, the idea that we could have been pulling the Americans' legs. I do like that. Let's have a look. Where did it get to? And yep, Queen there. Your skies are fab there, and I'm right on a cliff in your caravan now. That is going to be absolutely fantastic there. Absolutely no light pollution right looking out over the water there. Again, the USO angle is something that is very, very busy at the minute. There, we're hearing so much about it. Something that's been going on the whole damn time. Again, if we were near the coast, we'd be doing a USO watch, I think, as well. That's one thing we're missing, is a bit of water around here. It's so weird, but I'm noticing more sightings lately since the Disclosure film are coming out too. And I think there's a very good reason for this. It's like we're making ourselves aware that these things are possible. How many things have people probably seen over the years, and they've not had a reference frame for it other than, like, you know, deep sci-fi films. They're like, oh, it's probably a man-made satellite. You know, doesn't mean it is. But now we're getting that awareness. People are knowing that's a possibility for their sightings. And the brain works in interesting ways like that. I mean, for example, I'm always very jumpy about noises in the night until I got pets. And now I don't even hear them anymore. I used to be, out my skin, left, right, and centre. What's this? What's that? But now I've got pets. My brain default goes, it's the pets making a noise. It's the pets. And now the other night, there was a noise, and I did hear that one. And I went, it's the pets. And I came down in the morning, and my macerator that pumps from my sink and my dishwasher had broken and pissed water out all over the floor. So even though my frame of reference was there, I still didn't guess it right. So the brain works in very interesting ways. If you are just joining us, guys, we are doing a live UFO, a UAP, a Skywatch tonight there, and we are coming to you live from Wiltshire in the UK, which is right in the heart of Crop Circle country, as saying, just down the road from Stonehenge, so keep your eyes peeled for the strange and anomalous. It's going to be very active tonight. You can see it's getting very, very clear. A bit of that blue to go there, that is still the remnants of daylight, and when that's gone there, we're going to have a lot more contrast, a lot more stars in shot, and also some of those things are going to be, the colours of those stars are going to be absolutely fantastic. There's some movement on screen. Keep your eyes on it. That's what we need to pay attention for. But we also need to see it stop dead, shoot off at speed, or change its course or trajectory, because that is how we'll know for sure that it is in fact something a little bit stranger indeed. Where did we get to? I love Westward Ho there. Used to be a fab chippy on the seafront. Up. And Ben is probably... was that... oh my god, it's scrolling ahead of me now. V flying around on the private jet. Yes, I miss V. Where is the thing? For fuck's sake, I'm now at the point where I'm fighting with the chat and it keeps jumping ahead of me. Seen a metallic sphere? Oh, Queen! Do tell more. I think it's very plausible, isn't it, that, there could be these probes, monitoring us like that, It seems quite plausible to me. And 66, hello, Raf. 66 watching, and only 2 likes. What? Only 2, that's crazy, Raf. I definitely agree there, guys. But it is those likes and those shares, you guys tapping away, all of that jazz that helps us reach more and more like-minded people. And the more eyes and minds we get on the old phenomena, the more we can all piece this puzzle together. Then you never know who's going to come in and what they're going to share. Again, some nice movement on the screen there. Keep your eyes on it. We need that anomalous movement for it to be worth zooming into. And it's still here. Had it Saturday night as well. Excellent. Oh my god, this chat is infuriating. Sorry, guys. Trying to scroll up, and every new message just drags it back down to the bottom. Right, is it going to stop if I go this high up? Where's the threshold for it auto fucking scrolling? Let me see. I think there is one. New technology, we have to get used to it there. Got to Liberty, didn't we? And it was so weird, but I'm noticing more. Oh no, I did that one as well. And got to Raf, didn't we? And there we go. And Moon, there, how are we doing? Hi, and I found, if you found anything tonight, not yet, no, we're just waiting for it to get right. You're in perfect time there, Moon. And Rich, clear skies here in Ellesmere Port, which is a couple of miles from Birkenhead, ahead there, one way, and Chester. Oh, we need that, the UK map at the very least there, to pin you guys off. I think we'd get quite good coverage nowadays there. And Ken, hit the like. Thank you there, Ken. We do appreciate that one. How the devil are you? Get medicated there on a cliff in a caravan. I live on a cliff in my flat in southeast UK on the coast. Whereabouts? I used to be in Southend-on-Sea there, sunny Southend. And yeah, that was not much alien activity there, but the cliffs and the coast, like the estuary, was absolutely beautiful. I miss the sea, a part of that, so it sounds fantastic having that sea view from your house. Love that. And Dell, it's like they are drip feeding us a bit for a grand reveal. I think they are. I think that's exactly what they're doing. I think they're easing us in. They're warming us up. It's the foreplay to disclosure there. You can't just drop it in there. They've got to take us out for dinner. We've got to warm us up to the idea, I think. I think that's what they're doing. And I can't wait for afterwards there. And where did we get to there? My things have gone to Blue Nose. Oh my god, Blue Nose. I totally missed the star map there. Sorry, my friend. Why did that not come through on my thing? There's this new bloody chat. Sorry, guys. And Mark 1 there. Thank you for the gifts there. Scented and Soulful. I do appreciate those, guys, as it all goes back into the stream. Getting used to this new integrated chat. It's a bit of a pain at the second. But it will be better in the long run. I just need to get used to it. And I'm an old man with technology there. And G Midget. Oh, cool. Welcome in there. Where are you joining us from from tonight. So guys, if you are new, do say hello. Let us know where you're watching from. Ask away any questions. No silly questions here. And if you're curious, somebody else in the chat will be as well, and they'll be grateful you've asked. So yeah, do ask away. Maybe it's what we're doing, why we're doing it, how we're doing it, or something you've seen in the news. And Raf, apparently Brazil have done their disclosure, and it makes the stuff the US is dropping look like trash. I heard that Brazil and a lot of the South American countries that are just generally more open to it. I did hear rumours that Brazil was gonna, so they've done it now. I think we'll have to do a deep dive on the Brazilian lot, won't we? See what is actually there. Where are we? Kate is in the house. How are we doing, Kate? Did you enjoy the movie club? And just going to take a look. You've got to keep your eyes to the skies. Look, the more people looking at the skies, the more of us observing the phenomena, sharing it, I think, the better. And I like the stars that move and stop. So, caveman, that is the thing. The ones that stop, very, very strange. Can't be stars, can they? And yeah, I'm sat watching the moon. Is it a full moon tonight or just a near full moon? They are definitely watching us as we are them. Percented, I really think so. Maybe they've been doing it forever, for a very long time. You know, that is what the records are looking like. You know, man through whether it's religion and folklore, even fiction. But there are long stories that all seem to be very, very similar. When you strip that layer of human interpretation off there, go back to what were they claiming they saw? Lights in the sky, strange movements there, missing time, little people taking people away to weird realms. Whether it's the fairy, the fae, or E.T., it's all quite similar to me. And Queen, yes, no wind there, no reflection, travelling in a straight line. I went around the cliff real quick and smooth. A month ago now, what can that be? What can that be? And Bellasaurus there, I've met an alien, and he was chill, not gonna lie there. You've not met Alan then, he is not chill. Tell us about the alien. And I don't know why the likes don't seem to update without me having to refresh. Oh, Raf. Probably YouTube being weird. These platforms never operate smoothly. And caveman, do you ever see a blinking light in the middle of the darkness at night, or is it just me? Because I see it every night. So we do, caveman. So we see the occasional one-off blinks, but we haven't seen it in a while. But every now and again, it'll come on stream, and it'll be there for like 3 days. It'll be roughly the same spot, but whilst it's on screen, it's in the exact same spot. And it can be there the whole time. Maybe it's 17 seconds of flash, maybe it's 2-3 minutes of flash. And yeah, we've had that, you know, for days in a row. And the only things that should be stationary up there are the geostationary satellites, and we've checked, and we're not in the part of the sky where they are. They tend to be more equatorial, so it's very, very interesting there and very anomalous. It ties in, doesn't it, to what the recent paper on the transient objects there was saying, seeing very similar things before a man-made satellites were up there. So what the hell is everyone seeing? And Ken, unexplained, like, oh, good use of the interactive grid there. I like that one. So guys, if you put your grid references in, if it's potentially interesting or anomalous there, the mods will highlight the grid for it. Unexplained lights in the dark. We are not just anomalies, and they are the universe's way of reminding us that the sky is a canvas of endless mysteries waiting to be solved. A very poetic way of putting it, and 100% true. You know, what we understand of reality is going to be a tiny, tiny percentage of what is actually going on. Could we even fully comprehend it? Probably not. And all down there in B as well. Perfect timing with the grid there. That's a nice one, moving in a straight line. Keep your eyes on it, guys. Remember, we need to see that anomalous movement. We need to see it stop dead, shoot off at speed, change its course or trajectory. Anything like that will tell us for sure that it is not one of the many, many man-made satellites up there. And naughty there, I lived near the first Europe Tic Tac mass observation, all around 1987 there, Vranov, a damn UFO, and it's our most significant Czech UFO incident in 40 years before the Tic Tacs got popular. I was going to say, because, you know, I think they have been around for a long time. I think back in the 50s, the Americans used to call them the propane tanks, because that was more culturally relevant to them then. But they have been around for a long time, but I hadn't heard of them until very, very recently. I think the 2017 stuff, and you guys had them, what, in 87? Again, not long after Rendlesham. Very active period, lots of TR3B triangular craft sightings there. And get medicated, I swear, there is a portal above me. I see a light in the sky, it's very bright and disappeared. Looks awesome. Oh, honestly, a lot of the times we see these things we know in our gut are anomalous. You know, we have this sort of functional understanding that we develop, don't we, of physics and how the world works. You build it up over time. It's what allows us to kind of know how hard to throw a ball for it to reach your friend for them to catch. You know, we can't put that into words. We're not saying 10% strength. We know it intuitively, and we observe these things going on, and then we go, right, my gut says it's strange, but we don't have the specifics. We don't have the vocabulary to tell her that it is strange so often there. And we sometimes call each other just to see what's up there. He's a chill dude, but he's kind of scary when he's. Well, I would be worried as well. I wouldn't want to piss an alien off there. Oh, again, some more movement there. Keep up the good spotting. In fact, the little UFO flap that they had in this town here back in the 60s and 70s, the Warminster thing, it's called. I had never heard of it until moving here, but it's a phenomenal one. I think it's probably one of the best long-term sightings that there is. 10 years of consistent activity. But one of the parts of that, guy claimed that he was getting telephone calls from one of the aliens. And is his name Paul? Yes, exactly. And Orion, how the devil are you? Good to have you in. Guys, remember, we do this basically every night. So if it's a clear sky, it's this. It's the UFO, UAP, Skywatch. If it's a cloudy night, we do an alien radio signal hunt, and it looks like that. And we search with our software-defined radio, an extra kit there, on the hydrogen line. That is the channel on the radio dial where scientists theorize that if ET's out there, that's where they'll put the message, hello, is anybody else out there? It's where the wow signal was heard. So we're always doing something looking for the phenomena there, and hopefully you'll get those notifications when we go live. Terry, thank you for the sub there on the tubes. Good to have you in. And where are we there? But also say hello, let us know where you're watching from in the chat there, and ask any questions. No moon here, big bright sun, 6 p.m. in Michigan there. Dave, I always forget the time differences. I always forget them. Still nice and bright where you are. It's full four. Yeah, I've got to be careful. TikTok, they don't like certain words. They don't like it there. And Adam as well, they're coming in with the gifts. How are you? Thank you for that. All goes back into the stream there. Members, subs, all that jazz. And Kate coming in with the hashtags there. And Tic Tac there. Ahoy tonight. How are you doing? And would you throw hands with an alien? Well, if I had to, I probably would. And what did Brazil say? So I don't know yet, but apparently they've done their own release of documents. Now, again, they're going to be it's a large country, but, you know, economically much smaller. So they're going to have less resources, aren't they, to put into research, development, and all the stuff there. So I'd imagine ultimately the US probably knows more. But if Brazil's saying more, it could be very, very interesting. Have you read that one yet? We'll have to do it. Have to do it as another deep dive. Make intergalactic love, not war. Exactly. Discovery Day. And it feels like we might not only get the film Disclosure Day, was it June the 12th, but I think we might actually get actual Disclosure Day not long after that one, the way it's all going. And Movie Club was good company as always. Movie Club was fantastic. So once a month, guys, we watch an alien-y space-themed film, which we vote on in the Discord, and then we watch it together there and chat along. And it was Capricorn 1, about a film from the 70s there about faking a Mars landing. Pretty interesting. It didn't age that well, but it was always good hanging out with you guys and it going sideways as always. 31st is the full moon. And how long do you reckon until it buggers off again? Because I want to get the proper deep skies. And if you can see the blue that's still there, guys, that is because this camera lets in a lot of light and we're still picking up some daylight. It's dark for me here on the ground, but yeah, still picking up some of that daylight there. And Whipped Out, how are you? If you look my way, I promise it's a full moon. So we've got the moon. It's still, it's just above the trees at the back of the garden there, but I can't be bothered because it's a pain in the ass to keep moving with it until I can upgrade that. But at some point we will do our moon streams again. There we go, that's what they look like. See all the craters there, all the details, and we have seen some strange anomalies on the moon, so always looking for the phenomena there. The blue micro moon there. I never keep track of the moon phase and that stuff. UFO C3, good spotting that, and Naughty, keep it up there. So yeah, do drop your coordinates in the grid if you spot something. It's useful for people that are up to date with the chat and you're reading through, just in case they've missed it there. But also, if the mods spot it and it looks like it's interesting, they can highlight the interactive grid and we can zoom in there. Pay a little bit more attention there. Good spotting, Queen, as well. Alan is neurotic. That's the polite way, of saying it there. Exactly, Caveman. And Syntax there, Sirius is a great star, really bright and seems to wildly change in colour. And Sirius has got an interesting history, hasn't it, of beings apparently coming from that star system. What is it, the Dogon tribe out in Africa that talk about their ancestors being visited by, spacemen coming down that claim to be from that star system. Now, what is interesting is that we've recorded them telling that story for a very, very long time. And part of that story was that I think it's something along the lines that actually Sirius isn't a single star, it's a binary star. So there's two stars bouncing around each other there, and then their planets around those. But also, I think the binary star orbit there is about 52 years or something. And then apparently these visitors told the Dogon tribe this. And when we got the technology to look, you know what? It was a binary system, and it was on an orbit that they said. So, how the hell would they have had that knowledge? It took us until, I think, like the 80s when we could confirm it, but apparently we've had that story through anthropology for a very long time. Explain the damn disco ball twinkle. Different colours in the sky. So, Caveman, that's a very good one. We've seen that once. You can kind of get, if you've seen it, you zoom in really, really hard there. If you're pushing the lens and digital sort of zoom and all that sort of stuff there, the way it processes the images, it can have a struggle. But we saw one once that it was moving across the sky, doing its flashing, but every flash was a different colour. And I do not know anything that can do that. In fact, let's zoom in on this one here, because this is a nice, big, beautiful blue one.
Zoom mode activated.
Look at that one again. Now, right, we need to see the movement. We need to see it stop dead, sure-foot speed, change its course or trajectory, because that is what will tell us for sure that it is, in fact, not one of the many satellites up there. But it looks pretty cool, that one. And especially when you see some of the colour differences, how blue that one is compared to, say, this one coming here from there. I mean, very, very different there. Not necessarily anomalous, but interesting, so it might be worth paying attention. Remember, follow them across the screen, guys, because it is that last second, stopping dead, changing course or trajectory, so that'll tell us that it is something stranger. I saw a huge triangle in F8. We haven't got an F. Which one could be F? Whipped out. And they just are moving like satellites to emerge in together. So that's a very good point, actually, Naughty, because even though we can't say that it's a UFO unless it does that anomalous movement, it doesn't mean it's not. I mean, statistically, it's likely to be something man-made. Just they are the numbers of it. But it doesn't mean it 100% is there, because anything flying around up there, be it man-made, be it ET, they're going to reflect that sun's light back down to us here on Earth. And the most efficient path between 2 points is a straight line. So they're going to look pretty goddamn similar, aren't they, there? And Natalia there, thank you for the follow and welcome in. Where are you joining us from tonight? So guys, do make sure you're following. We do this every night. Clear skies, it's this, the UFO UAP Skywatch, coming to you live from Wiltshire, right in the heart of Crop Circle country, and just down the road from Stonehenge. But cloudy nights, we do the alien or radio signal hunt there, and we search on the hydrogen line, the channel on the radio dial, where scientists theorise that if ET's out there, that's where they'd put the message. So yeah, make sure you're following to join us every night for those. They just move, yeah, no, we did that, didn't we? And Gaza there, I've also seen what I thought was a metallic sphere. Strange thing was, I could only see it with my shades on. Now that is interesting. It's something to do with the contrast, maybe? Now we do hear lots of reports, don't we, that the actual phenomena itself, these UFO craft, all that sort of strange stuff there, that they actually interact quite a lot of the time exclusively in the infrared only. Now that is part of the light spectrum that we don't see with the naked eye. We've got to upgrade the camera to seeing it there. So there may be stuff going on right now that we are just not observing there until we get the update. And Caveman, yeah, the one that twinkles all different colours like Christmas lights in the sky, that might be the mothership. Could be. We just don't know. But I mean, so you look at these anomalies just like that and you're thinking, God, why is it different? Why is this one acting differently? I seem to be plodding across the screen tonight. They're a bit slower. They are a bit slower there. And Russ, do you suspect why governments are disclosing now? Is it a distraction or a collapse? So this is a very good question. Why now? Why now? My main theory is that, with the age of the internet, like we are all here tonight sharing our stories, sharing encounters, doing this live, we are able now as people to see more with the devices that can capture and record it, but to share it. We're so much more interconnected, whereas before people would have these experiences and it's a very manual process to share it, and a lot of the times it would go nowhere. You'd go first person, you'd tell, and they'd look at you strangely and go, what are you on about? But here online, the information finds the people that are interested. So I just think that they can't keep it a secret as much anymore. It's kind of sand going through their fingers. We are just too connected for it. So they're kind of just releasing a little bit by little bit, just trying to shore up their explanation that nothing's really going on. Just kind of giving us a little bit to keep it going. But it's falling apart. I think that's the main reason. But it could be that there is something else, something out of our control that is coming up there. Some people talk about, visitors on their way and stuff like that. I mean, it's plausible. We'll have to see. Good spot in there, Hamo in B4, bit behind there. Adam, Stacey, how are devil are you tonight? And ET take us home. Well, taking us home. Again, we might not be native to Earth. There are a few clues about us, evolutionary speaking, there that could point to us not being from here, let alone the Mars data and things like that. At the very least, Mars looks like a more plausible home for life as well there. And Dave, hey, let's have a look. No, you're talking to Medicated there and sent. So what is the wow signal there? Sorry, it's not a silly question at all. I love that you asked this. So, guys, never a silly question. So the wow signal, it's one that's the more commonly known, potentially alien radio signal that's out there. So over the years, our species have detected a handful, and there's a bit more than a handful, but a number of these anomalous radio signals that look to be very technological in nature, made by machines, and not organic, which is important because space screams in radio. Radio is not necessarily a man-made technology. We adapt it, but it's actually a natural phenomena, you know, a natural property of the universe. So there's a lot of natural radio signals as well. There, so we're looking for these things. We're looking for a technological radio signal there, and the WOW signal looked very much like that, and it didn't look to be coming from Earth. It had all of the indicators that that is exactly what we're looking for in an alien radio signal, exactly where we were expecting to find it there. And Queen as well, thank you for the follow there. Or the sub there. I do appreciate that, where you're joining us from tonight. So yeah, it had all of the hallmarks. Now there are others like that. The WOW signal was particularly good. It was a very strong and clear signal. There have been a few explanations over the years, but none of them have really held much water. Scientists are still successfully struggling to try and successfully disprove it as a radio signal, which is part of the process. You need to make sure we're not, you know, getting confused with some sort of electronic interference or anything like that. But the WOW signal really does hold strong. There's a recent-ish theory that basically if a neutron star shot a gamma ray through a cloud of this, bounced off of that, and then went into a cloud of hydrogen at just the right angle, then maybe we would get a signal like that. And it's like, come on, that's the ultimate pull trick shot, lads. Come on, pull the other one. But there's not just that. There are lots and lots of signals. So that's the one that gets a lot of the press. But there are lots of these anomalous signals. And, you know, again, they fall into that range of they're anomalous, but we haven't got the technology to confirm that it's aliens, but we also can't confirm that it's ours as well, so they sit in this middle ground. This is a brilliant question there. Yes, I need someone to talk to about this. Go ahead, Natalie, we want to hear about it there. And Tic Tac, how are you doing? And Naughty, do you remember the Billy Meyer, or what's that guy? I've heard of him, yes, early UFO sightings, wasn't he? He took the images, hilarious, doing 60s, 70s Palladian UFO parties, and it was considered legit in Europe. There was a wild time. Oh, good use of the grid there. That was just dropping out of it now. So yeah, he's an interesting one. I think his earlier stuff was a lot stronger, but you never know there. And Illusion Delusion, I'll pass mine around there. And who are they? Why are they so slow? It's a good question. So what we're seeing, most of this is going to be those man-made satellites flying around up there. So they're actually traveling incredibly fast. So the International Space Station is traveling at about 17,500 miles an hour. It's ridiculous. But you got to think they're quite far away, and they're on they're going around the Earth, you know. So for us, it looks like they're traveling slow relatively there, but they are traveling fast. They're just covering a lot of distance. That's a good question. And the moon switched on 24/7. It is. You do see it during the day sometimes, which blew my mind that was possible. They're smoking on the Starship crew, man. Well, I'm buggered then. And Raf there won't be allowed for long. Got a double shift. Oh, Raf, I feel for you there. Well, make sure you rest up though, but it'd be good to see you for as long as you are about. And plenty to go around. We're all on the... I can't even repeat that one, Caveman. Actually, I can. I swear all the time. What am I saying? Have we got anyone on the grid tonight? Oh, I don't know. I think the grid's going. The grid's going. Have you had to steal Hump's phone there? And keep up the good spot in there, Naughty. Well, and wonder if they could amend me in the spaceship. Well, you do think, Illusion, like, you know, the technology they potentially have there. I mean, if they've got the technology to travel here, if they're that far advanced, I mean, you know, you'd imagine it would all be kind of their technology. No problems there, Dave. You'll pass. And you know that the aliens have gone smoke. They're all chill up there. Get a spaceship, still and get out of here. Right, I'm focused. The stream has my attention, Kate. Are you telling me it didn't beforehand then? My youngest feral woke up there. It's all forgivable there. The ISS is greater when you use a large zoom to see the... You know what, Owen? I haven't done that. That would be awesome. We are working on getting a telescope, so... At some point, that would be really cool to catch a tracking one. That would be just so cool to see. An Illusion there in my garden there, looking up and nothing yet. Keep looking. That is things. All of you guys, we need your eyes on the stream, but also eyes on your own skies, letting us know what is happening locally to you there. But if you are just joining us, say we're doing a live UFO UAP Skywatch tonight. We're coming to you live from Wiltshire in the UK, which is right in the heart of Crop Circle country and just down the road from Stonehenge. So do help us spot the anomalous in the skies. We're looking for those moving objects like we're seeing on screen there, but for them to stop dead short for speed, change their course or trajectory. Good use of the grid, guys. So yeah, if you do call out the grid in the chat, I won't see it directly, come a bit behind in the chat, but the mods can highlight it there, drawing my attention, and we'll zoom in on the good stuff. And you're jumping on there, Illusion. And whereabouts in Dorset? No, we're down in Wiltshire, so only one county across. There we are in Warminster, which, if you didn't know, and I didn't till moving here, and I thought I knew all of the UFO stuff here, we had in the 60s and 70s a phenomenal what would you call it? Spate of flap, as they call it, for 10 years, consistent sightings there. How are you doing, Michael there? Good to see you in. And get, wave the UFO, come and get me, I've had enough. There's a queue, I think, there's a queue. And hoping it's not just all part of Spielberg's movie law. Actually, could you imagine, this is just the greatest, movie launch of all time there, the actual government releases would all just to raise interest for the film. Frenchie, there is so much more out there than we realise, and that we can even conceive of properly, Frenchie, I'd agree. And our bodies don't cope with this planet, and that's meant to be ours. There is a good argument to be made from there. One of the most interesting ones that I find interesting. Oh, that's a nice green one. There you go, in B4 now, just outside the grid. One of the things that I find interesting is that scientists recently did the maths. They said, right, how long is it going to take from single cellular life up to multicellular complex, where we are today, through our current understanding of evolution. They did the maths, they did the time, and they went, oh, we're about 2 billion years short. Earth has not been habitable for long enough by 2 billion years. But you know where has been habitable? Mars, for 2 billion years before the Earth. That adds, doesn't it? That's quite interesting. Maybe we transferred over there, maybe in a simple form, but maybe more complex. There is an interesting, point to be made here that all of the beings that people, or 99% of the beings that people report to have experiences with, do all seem to be humanoid. We've got to be related in some way. And 2318 there, faint anomaly, moving across the screen there from right to left in the middle. Good spotting hardware, and that gives me, I'm about 10 minutes behind in the chat there. So that is my favourite part, guys, is reading all of your messages, answering your questions there, learning a little bit when I don't know the answers there. So, and also your accounts with the phenomena. So it takes you a minute, but I do want to read everything there. Meteorite went B1 to A1. Oh, I missed it. I mean, I do love when those shooting stars come in. Every now and again, they'll just be framed perfectly, and it is absolutely crazy. I'm going to spin the camera around a little bit, because I think that moonlight's coming in a touch. Is this any better? Not really. That seems to be consistent. Still a bit blue, still a bit of that daylight there. That big bright purple one there in B2 is a Vega, 26 light years from us here on Earth. Big, bright, beautiful Vega, burning hotter and brighter than our own star. Won't last as long. What's your thoughts on the boogosphere being drilled into? They seem to have 2 now. So I saw a second one pop up. Oh, there's a flasher right on the edge of the screen there. I think that's an A3. See if it flashes again. So, yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen it directly for myself, so it depends who's drilled into it. Somebody mentioned it the other day, and I forgot to look. But I saw somebody had found a second one. For me, I'm going to need a lot of evidence, purely just because of the inscription on top of it. That, to me, just looks like bad prop design. Good spotting there on the grid, but I could be very, very wrong. It could be literally alien. But I kind of need some independent eyes on it there. Oh, posted articles about blood types in the Discord there and alien DNA. It could be a very strong connection that's been posited about this. RH negative there. Maybe some manipulation in the past. So if you do want to check that article out there, but just generally in the Discord, link in bio for that one. Personal experiences section is my favourite there. And where are we? JL there, thank you for the follow. Where are you joining us from tonight? So guys, do make sure you're following us. Say we do this every night, and then you should get that notification when we go live. Oh, at 23:17. Oh, I will be this weekend reviewing our recorded episodes, and hopefully doing some clipping there. And no worries, sent it there. It's a brilliant question. So ask away. Oh, there's a flasher. There we go. Look at that one.
Zoom mode activated.
Thank you for the grid. Oh, see there. This is a good one here. Right. Somebody time this. Are the flashes exactly the same sort of time? Because that is key to it being anomalous or not. It does look to be roughly the same sort of time. So what's happening is, look, that object's moving. Right, there you go. Look, see, it's catching the light. It's moving up there. But at the same time, it's rotating. So look, no light, flash, no flash, flash. So it's doing that as it goes. And the time of the flash is the rotation time. Like that. So if it's a randomized one, that is when it can get really interesting. Just going off the screen now. Let me zoom. No, wrong way. Zoom me out. Where is it? Still on the screen? No, I think it went off there. But yeah, lots of interesting things going on. And again, just because it's acted normally whilst you've been following it on the screen there does not mean that it is not going to suddenly, hesitate, change its speed, or anything like that there. That's what we've got to pay attention for. Maya, that you're on the early shift tomorrow. That well, thank you for joining us. Rest up and hopefully it goes swimmingly. And bless everyone in the chat. I'm with you all there, and you definitely are welcome in there. Honestly, you'll find we're here every night. It gets very, very sticky. You'll be hanging around every night. We're the cool corner of the internet. And 23 there, at all 23 to 22, multiple fast walkers moving from top to bottom of the screen. Good spotting their hardware. You got to send us a message on TikTok and we can give you the grid as well, and you can drop them in. But that is very cool, and it's interesting to say fast walkers. So fast walkers, guys, is actually the term for UFO when it's not within our atmosphere. And I didn't know this. Thought UFO was just general, but no, outside of the atmosphere, like up in space, it's called a fast walker. I think it's also, is it a fast mover or still a fast walker when it's a USO, when it's underwater? A distinction change there. And just wish I could actually see the UFO UAP. I like the actual craft. I mean, we've seen a lot of the lights there, but the actual craft shape I crave to see as well there. And Tudor Times, how the devil are you tonight? Good to see you in. And Alan Drummond as well there. Evening from Bonnie Dundee there. Got to see on the got to see star on the Venusian clouds, actually. Yeah, look, oh no, your sea star, excellent. There could be life there. You could actually be looking at microbial alien life. And I mean, I woke him up, so his phone is in use. Oh, damn. Wish we could just order a UFO anytime. Well, look into the CE5 stuff there, because apparently, and I was skeptical at first, but there's apparently a lot of there is a lot of data that there is something to it. This idea that meditation, consciousness, connection, there that you can summon them, and it's apparently very, very consistent. So yeah, have a look at that. It's interesting. Rachel was in the house. How are you today? And scented that the aliens have scented puff puff. That's why they're so chill. But you never know, it might be. You can order a taxi anytime. Not in the country, you can't get. Oh my god, that was a shock. No taxis around here. There's one guy that if you call him, he might take you to the airport in 2 weeks if he can be bothered. He's normally booked out. You're buggered if the trains aren't running. And this isn't that small of a town. This is not like two houses. This is an actual town with a train station and, you know, a Morrison's and all that sort of stuff. It's crazy. The universal Uber, probably more reliable than our local taxis there. I know I said I was going to take a break, but I didn't want to miss out on the clear skies. That is very, very understandable, Rachel, there. I mean, the skies are fantastic. And we've still got, so we're still, I still think we're on probably a 3 out of 10 tonight. This isn't as good as it's got there, but we'll see when the colour goes, when that blue goes, the last bit of daylight is gone from the lens, and we can really see the full picture for tonight. That one wisp of annoying cloud, but it's moving. Hopefully that will be the last of it too. There, and Stu there, is it? Yeah, Stewman there. Evening, everyone. A long-time astronomer watching for the first time from Worcestershire. Very, very welcome in there. Have you ever seen anything strange in the skies yourself? Would love to hear about that. But even if not, still very, very welcome. Space is fantastic. You don't always need the aliens, do you, for it to be interesting. This is such a fantastic show as well. And good spot in their hardware as well. And, oh my God, tonight, what's up with me, guys? VO4 there. Thank you for the follow. Where are you joining us from? If you're new here, do say hello. Let us know where you're watching from there in the chat. If you've had an experience with the phenomena, we would love to hear about that one too. And space taxi. Not as long as it's not fake space taxi there. Delusion. And where are we? Be based. I'm definitely going to watch that film. Yeah, I am looking forward to it. I will make the effort to going to the other town where they have a cinema for Disclosure Day. Spielberg wouldn't be able to be seen in public again. I mean, that is true. That is true. But also, I mean, what the things he's been saying has been quite interesting. He's been less cagey. He's been outright saying he wants people to know it's true. Keep up the good spot in their hardware. And Tank, how are you? Good to see you in tonight. How are the skies over the waters for you there? Tudor Times again, how are you doing? And Naughty there, we discovered viruses and bacteria not long about there. Those were considered as a bad omen or sorcery beforehand. Maybe it's the same for aliens. We are just are discovering them. I think you're right with that. There is this process. We have this horrible habit as humans of going, right, we know absolutely everything. Oh, wait, no, there's something new. Right, okay, now we know absolutely everything. Oh, what, there's something else? Okay, now, guys, we know absolutely everything, and we just don't realise it's probably round the other way. Loving the grid use there tonight. can't see anything myself. I think I must have just missed it. But yeah, it's rather the other way, guys. There's going to be so much going on there. Can we even comprehend it there? And how come the news doesn't cover this there? Literally every night there are so many. JL, this is what blows our mind. And you know, I think it's because the news and the world generally doesn't work how we think it is and how we're told. You know, I would have thought that lights, you know, craft seen over a city, witnessed by thousands, that would be in the news. Everybody would know that aliens are real. There would be no question to it. But that's happened on multiple occasions, and it hasn't happened there. So we have to have a structure, an understanding of knowledge to then attach information and sightings to. You've probably seen this yourself. You maybe have gone very excitedly to a friend. Oh, that's a nice blue one on the screen. Remember, keep your eyes on it there. See if it's doing anything strange. But, you know, you've gone, look, I've heard this amazing fact about the UFO world. This blows my mind. You've shared it with a friend who maybe is not as interested, and they just go like that. You know, they can't believe it. They've got no frame of reference of understanding of how the world could exist like that. And I think this is the issue that, you know, we need to build people up. Oh, there's two blue ones zoning. We need to kind of set the structure of how this can be possible and why it's probable, and then we can go, look, there might be some clues, and then there is some actual evidence. We've got to ease people into it. I think that's why they don't cover it, but it is slowly changing. It is starting to happen, which is exciting to see, ever so slightly. Carl as well, loving the stickers there. The space taxi is an idea. Yes, I do, yeah. What a win. And where are we? But they said, Tank there, they said it was fake. Oh, I mean, look, there is so much going on, you know, even if one or two of the things that we observe or things that we've seen, you know, turns out to be fake, that's fine. There's still plenty of anomalous stuff going on there. They do say that people that have the rare blood group A something there are originate from aliens. I've heard these things, and maybe that's this connection with the, you know, people being more, you know, sort of, what do you call it, like, not necessarily telepathic sense, but, you know, intuitive. People get those gut feelings of things. It does feel like it's in that realm, and maybe it comes from that lineage. Now, maybe, is it direct alien bloodline, or is it manipulation there? Because you're thinking, if it's something that is truly alien there, how the hell do we share anything in common to be able to breed and therefore be in the bloodline? All repeated stationary flashing A3, so A up. Right, there's A3. Okay, we've got one moving through there. Oh, that is a moving flash in A3, so there maybe is a repeating flash in there as well. Keep our eyes on that, because that can be very, very anomalous there. Michigan as well for you, JL. Getting a few up your way, actually. I think maybe in tonight as well. Drewski is in. How are ya? Every 4 seconds, that flash. So that is nice and repetitive. They put a camera in there, and there's 2 copper tubes and an orb with mercury inside it, apparently. Oh, I mean, I need to see that. That does sound interesting. You know, I said I'm on the skeptical side, but I'm definitely open to it. I am definitely open to it. You never know in this world, do you? And Illusionaire, I'm not seeing a single thing in my part of the sky there. Is it very light polluted where you are? Because I said I didn't. Until we moved to the country, I hadn't even seen a normal satellite going over. And the Boogospheres is another part of how Hermie Masan stripping Chinese collectors for millions there. They bought those Peru aliens for a heap. Wait, we've all got to make a living. But, I mean, I don't know about how I feel about him, definitely, but there is, there are people that I would trust to a higher degree, if that makes sense. Still flashing in A4 there. Oh, so that A up. So I saw that story. So they're proven to be fake. Then it's very compelling evidence. Very compelling evidence. But I don't think it's fully proven yet. You know, they haven't had the hands-on with it. I think it does look very convincing. They were, but those doctors that were talking about that, there are counterpoints which I thought was interesting. But they did make a very compelling point there, and it's very frustrating because I loved the alien mummies. I thought they were very, very good. And I'm not so strong on them now, I tell you. But you never know in this day and age. Right, so looking for that stationary flashing. If I can see it, I can zoom in on it there. Again, stationary flashing doesn't sound very sexy, but it is. It is actually very anomalous. Everything up there should be in motion, should be moving. It takes a lot of energy to sit still and to flash back at us up there. So it's very anomalous if I can catch it and zoom in on it there. Right, pop out to see if you can see everything there. Well, let us know if you do. And Thomas there, what the F there? I just saw 6 satellites at once in my sky. Honestly, Thomas, it's crazy how busy they are. So the reason we're not actually seeing as many tonight, again, is the moon's up. And that really just kills the night vision. And that light from those satellites is so delicate, so light, that it doesn't show up when we get that bleeding out there. So we're still seeing a good few, but it's nowhere near as busy as it can be. Honestly, guys, a few days' time, when the moon's fucked off again, the skies are alive. We've had 14 or more on the object on the screen at any one time. It's crazy. And where are we there? All right, no, you're having a chat. I've heard of Skinwalker Ranch. It's an interesting one. I was listening to a podcast on it today there, and out there, CE5 is really good at calling them to the sky above you. We can have a CE5 chat on the Discord. Oh, 100%. I really do, especially Pete's talking about coming down to do some more live on location, so I do want to kind of figure out how we could potentially include it in that and get medicated. Definitely a movement going on. A spotted one straight away to get in, my son. Honestly, the skies are alive. They are absolutely buzzing with activity. And there's skinwalkers, which describe cryptids, and fastwalkers, a military term for UFOs. There very much is there. Guernsey is the same there. No buses after 8 p.m. and taxis are a rare sight. This is the thing in it. It is ridiculous, some of these places, especially when you come from a more urban environment. My friend came to stay last weekend. Very urban, we'll say. Lovely, but, obviously used to the city. I've been out of the city for a year now, so I can talk. I'm a countryman now. She messaged me going, I'm going to sound so metropolitan, but do you have Uber where you are? I was like, mate, we ain't got taxis. We've barely got trains. Good spot in there, Frenchie. And where are we? No, we're up over on that one, just going through the chat there. So, guys, if you are just joining us, do say hello and let us know where you're all watching from tonight. So we are doing a live UFO UAP Skywatch, and we're set to coming to you live from Wiltshire in the UK, which is right in the heart of Crop Circle country and just down the road from Stonehenge. And in fact, hopefully at some point soon, we are going to go to Stonehenge to do a live UFO Skywatch from there. Can imagine getting the stones just in a line there with just the bottom of the screen. That'd be so cool. Anyway, yeah, do give us a follow or subscribe, whatever it is, wherever you are. That way you should get those notifications when we go live, and it is pretty much every damn night. And Ember, I've seen stuff in the sky on quite a few occasions. Or what's your favourite thing you've seen there, Ember? Good spot in Frenchie as well. And I like to point a laser at them. JL, I've heard that the people have a really good rate of communication with them. There's you shine the laser, they'll start blinking. There's a real cause and effect to that. I would love to do it, but the town that we're in, it literally rests right against what's called Salisbury Plain. It's like one of the biggest military training areas in the UK, which doesn't say much, we're a small country, but it's quite a big area there. And in fact, when we do our live on location Skywatches, we go on top of what's an Iron Age hill fort up there, so you're really high above the town, it's flat, great view of the skies, but that's technically actually in the training area. And I've got this images that if I started pointing layers at these strange objects that we see out there, I'm going to make the mistake that it's actually an Apache attack helicopter, and they're not going to like me pointing a laser at them. I might get blown up. So I can imagine how that one is going to go down. So I've got to think of other ways to try and do the communication there. And Lozzie, how are you there? Watching from near Birmingham. Very, very welcome in tonight. Have you ever seen anything strange? Oh, there we go. Here's a plane coming into the screen in D1 there, going into D2. So, TikTokers, you won't see that one until it gets into the seas, because I'm covering it there. So, speaking of which, guys, TikTokers, check us out on the tubes there, at The Thing UFO. Look, you can see more of the sky, less of me, more data. It is actually a very good experience there. So, do check that one out. There you go. Look, that is what a plane looks like to us. So, we know what planes look like. It's very different to those objects that we are spotting around up there. So, it's a good little example. No idea what plane it is. Where are we? And Frenchie, we know fuck all. I think you really, we don't know much. It's going to be, if we're even lucky, single-digit percentages rather than the other way around there. And Baseman, 100% Vega is big, bright, and beautiful tonight. They're absolutely stunning, and that is in C2. Is our wonderful companion star there, Vega. And Vicky, we know they are real, but I've never seen anything there. So, we know they're real, but never seen anything. So personally, I hadn't seen anything. I thought very plausible. I'm interested in this, but until moving to the country, I had not seen anything anomalous, you know, for the UFO side of things. But we're seeing stuff, and it is quite common. There is lots of people that actually have had reports. You know, if this, they say, was a murder trial, it would have been slam dunk by now. Which does that speak more to the judicial system there? But you know, there is evidence out there. There is a lot of evidence. Now, no one individual piece of evidence is the smoking gun in of itself. But that, again, is more the limitation of our technology, our ability to detect, and also whether that's we have a particular sensor for that, or if we can afford to have that sensor on the whole time and process the data. That's where the bias is at the minute. But as technology advances, we are seeing more and more evidence, and we are going to be crossing that threshold, I think, very soon. And Tank, I urge everyone to check out the Obsessions site. They are trying to copyright claim him, and now... where are we? Down there. Flashes in C3 and D2. Keep up the good spot in there. And one researcher said they've discovered everyone who sees a UFOs has a special thing in their eye that others don't. I've heard accounts where people will literally be a few people in a group, and some people in the group do see it and some don't. That's very, very interesting there. What is going on with that? Hours of footage. We'll definitely check it out, guys. And guess what? I've just seen 2 more. It is honestly, it's so busy tonight. Keep your eyes out for the good spotting. And DNA manipulation. There was a program apparently, wasn't there? So there are lots around this, and maybe even us back in the early days as well. There may be, you know, think of stories like the Anunnaki, things like that. Other very similar ones from other religions. Maybe we were slightly adapted. Maybe that is why, you know, we can't find those missing links there. And Nathan, how are you tonight? B4 Flash. Again, I'm behind, but maybe it'll still be there. Keep up the good spotting, guys. And Leanne, thank you for the gifts. Appreciate that. Gifts, subs, members, all that jazz does go back into the stream there, helping us improve what we do. Oh, nice green one coming there in B1. Keep your eyes on that. Remember, we're looking for these sorts of objects. Nice
Zoom mode activated.
Green tonight. But what we really need to see it do is stop dead, shoot off at speed, change its course or trajectory. That will tell us for sure that it is, in fact, something a little bit stranger than a man-made satellite. So keep your eyes on it. Follow it across the screen, even if it is boring and just in a straight line at consistent speed there. You never know. It could be that last second before it leaves the screen there, stopping dead, hesitating or shooting off at a different angle there. And where are we? Frenchy good spotting. We share consciousness with aliens. Think about it. So I've heard this one, you know, that maybe that we're all kind of plugged into the same sort of thing. But however we conceive of it, one thing that will be true is that we are the universe observing itself. And is that so far from that sort of thing? Russia, good spot in there, base man. Let me see if I can get a few on that one. Is it still there by any chance? Oh, got some. There's that green one going at the second. Oh no, I've got a twinkling. I've got a few twinkly stars. I think the flash has moved there. Ember, E.T. mummies did turn out to be real there. Another group of people did try a hoax. So he kind of yo-yoed for a bit, because there was those ones that they rolled out, I think, of like the Mexican Parliament, and they turned out to be hoaxes. And then there was these other ones, the M-types, and they looked really, really cool. And they did have, there was laboratories, there was independent university did do science on them and went, yeah, these look really, really bloody real. But then very recently there was some, I can't remember what their speciality was, some doctors essentially that were speciality with joints and things like that, and they said, look, that is clearly to us manipulated bones. They made a very compelling case, but this is the thing, we have to be careful because they could also just be wrong. You know, that is the thing, you know, it can sound good, but they did make a compelling case there. I just don't know. Oh, you could have, yes, Thomas, you could have seen a Starlink train there, multiple in a row there. Binoculars will help with seeing the satellites. That's a very good point. So there's a nice blue one coming down the middle again there, and just seeing another one. Crazy, I pop out my door there. Honestly, the skies are absolutely alive. And again, there's more up there that we can't see tonight. They're not at the right angles to be reflecting that sunlight back. As soon as the moon goes down, we're going to see a lot more. Where are we? The country is always the best there. Just lower light pollution, more chance of that contrast to see things. And good evening there, Darren. My friend, what are the two bright dots close together in A1? Now, I might have moved it around since then, but I think that... Oh, or is it... where is my cursor? Is it these two? I'm not sure what stars they are, but they will be stars. I think this is Vega, and if you can see that one, I think that's Deneb, if my memory serves me correct. Rachel will know. Seen it twice in two major channels. Or I wouldn't put it past them. I wouldn't put it past them, but it does seem like, we're probably in the last throes of that sort of behaviour. It does seem to be coming out there. Beard as well there, thank you for the follow. Where are you joining us from tonight? Again, if you're new here, guys, do say hello. Ask any questions. There's no silly questions there. But if you've had an experience of the phenomena, we would absolutely love to hear about that one. And I can see the hearts popping up there as well. Guys, it is those likes and those shares that helps us reach more and more like-minded people like yourselves. And the more open-minded, intelligent people we can get to be looking at the phenomena, sharing their experiences. So, the more we can all piece this puzzle together. You never know who's going to come in and what story of the strange that they are going to tell us there. That is my favourite bit, and that is what has changed my mind the most, is hearing your accounts there. Syntax. If we ever get to true quantum computing and CPUs as a stable consumer product, that in tandem with AI is going to be mind-blowing. I mean, it's not just an incremental change, is it? It's not just this but 10 times better. It's like it's a fundamental change, isn't it, Syntax? Can't fully get my head around it there. And love the country there, looking up at the universe is so romantic. It really is. Get to do it a lot more now there. But Corey, thank you for the sub there. Where are you joining us from tonight? I'm a bit met back in the chat, but I'm working my way through, so I want to hear from everyone there. Well, years ago, my friend's drone tracking and jamming team lasered some of the UAPs. Oh, what was the result there? And Nathan Sam, there are loads of taxi companies in Warminster. Do you even Google Pro? Have you ever called them, Nathan? They never work. I've seen them on the road, but they never have ever gone. Every time I've called, they go, no taxis. So I've given up now. So they are nothing but a lie. And I've tried about 4 or 5 times. Every time, no. And they're also arrogant about it as well. They're like, what do you mean you want a taxi? I mean, it's like 7 p.m. at night and I'm stuck at the station. I want a taxi. That doesn't sound unreasonable. Where are we there? Favourite I've seen there, classic saucer over a field there, one the same shape near a bridge, real close. So I would kill to see a saucer, like a classic saucer, see the outline and the shape of the craft. I think I'd be actually terrified, but I would love to see it. I really would. Kate coming in with the stickers. I love the Feed Allen ones there. And Professor Rich Boy, how are you doing there? Good to see you. Where are you joining us from tonight? And not lasers, but lights of multiple colours there. Well, that's another angle. I am thinking about doing some sort of automated flashing in the infrared. Maybe prime numbers. Oh, that was a flash. Are we going to see a repeat of that? Somewhere around there. Keep your eyes on it, guys. Lasering the orb showed many small, tiny orbs circling around the UAPs. Very interesting. Wish I could do it here. And that's the first time a plane has gone over with a train. Well, with a trowel. So actually, that is true. There we go, that's interesting. They're poisoning us, Kate. Do you see drones up there too? So we can do, but they are incredibly rare. Again, it's very rural around here. There's not many people to then have toys and things like that. I think I've seen like twice. And because they're again even lower than the planes, they appear quite big still. So you can normally spot those. But there is something to consider there. And side note there, you have the perfect voice for it. Thank you. I'm just doing my best Alan Partridge impression. It's too nasally there. For me, I couldn't listen to me. And was an EasyJet plane A up there. I do love to check where they're going. The ideas of something there. Where are they on their holidays? Where are we? There, and Bodmin Moore, boy, there. Thank you for the follow. Do say hello. Take me a minute to get to the message there, but do tell us, I say, where you're watching from. But I think probably Bodmin Moore. Have you seen anything strange out in the moors? I think they'll be great for light pollution there. Leanne was doing the gifts there. Ryan Graves just did an interview. Oh, I haven't seen that one yet. Sean not there. Dr. Jones. How was it yesterday? No worries there. And Vicky, that's really fast. Honestly, some of these do move. The variation that we get that still isn't in the anomalous category there, the speeds, the sizes, the brightnesses, the coloration, all again still not crossing the line from, definitely not a satellite. But it is very interesting, the sheer range there. And if you're open-minded, you'll definitely have more experiences than if you don't believe. 100%. And we know that the brain works like that just by default. Like, you will not see what is objectively there if you do not have a certain degree of expectation for it. Now, there are certain things that, you know, like, if you want to run somebody over, they're going to experience that if they're not going to expect it. But, I mean, they've done studies with this. There was a brilliant one. It was a Darren Brown one where they picked, like, a miserable guy in a town. And he's a sort of a what do they call him? A mind. You'd call him a magician or a hypnot, whatever is there, like stage shows that he does. Can't think of the bloody words tonight. But yeah, so they picked this guy who's meant to be Mr. Miserable, Mr. Unlucky there, and they kind of set him up for all of this luck. So they put a scratch card in his newspaper that was going to be a winner. They left, like, you know, 20 quid on the floor just in front of him there as he was walking to work, and some other things. And he walked past the 20, didn't spot it because he wasn't looking for it. Got the scratch card, put it in the bin because he said, oh, I don't win anyway. You know, so there are things that we do within ourselves, our mind structures and our behaviours there that kind of filter it out, even if it is objectively there. And as Kate says there, remember to tap the screen. Guys, it is the likes, the shares, the tapping away, so that helps us reach more and more like-minded people there, like yourselves. And thank you, Kate, for feeding Alan. Appreciate that. And Alan does as well there. And Vicky, faster than the plane, the green dots. They are literally faster. They are thousands of miles an hour flying around up there. You know, you think they're up in space, there's no atmosphere, so there's no friction. And what you got to think of it is like when we jump into water, we're going from our medium, the atmosphere here, into water. It's a different density, and it's kind of like that for those satellites or spacecraft re-entering Earth there. They're hitting our oxygen, hitting all the other gases there, coming into our atmosphere, and it's the equivalent of us jumping into the water. It's from nothing to something, and that's what creates all that heat and that friction. And that's where, you know, when the craft re-enter, they burn up, don't they? Or meteorites burn up there because it's just going from nothing to something and creates a hell of a lot of heat and friction. How you doing, darling?
Hello, I just want to make sure, because I know you're having problems with the chat skipping and things. Did you see Miles, who said, hey, randomly just seen 2 lights fly over my house?
Depends how far back he is.
It wasn't a plane or a solar flare. Weird movement.
Oh, interesting. I probably will get to that one. I am just quite behind. My message was at 11:47. How far am I behind there? Oh, okay. I'm only 7 minutes behind. That's not too bad, is it, guys?
And there was someone else.
I don't think it's missing any, but it might do.
Emperor of Earth. Not trying to promote myself, but I want to bring up my last 2 videos I got of daytime sightings.
Ooh, 100%. You have to check them out. You have to tag us in it, as I totally forget. Thank you, darling. But I'd like to see those. And Professor, there maybe back when oxygen was more, insects grew larger, which if a mantis got intelligent and reptilians and moved on to other planets, etc., dolphins and maybe grey. So, very interesting angle here. Yeah, we had a higher amount of oxygen in our atmosphere, which basically meant it was more efficient for certain creatures. You know, they didn't have to have this, you know, the size lungs that we do now. And this is true of definitely of insects. In fact, we can't get bigger insects now because the way an insect works, they just can't get enough oxygen out of the atmosphere to survive. So if we had like a full-on mantis creature now, our sort of size, it just couldn't have it. But, you know, millions of years ago, you'd have like, they'd be the size of cars. You go, oh, but again, higher oxygen is a very good point. The dinosaurs too, it's the same for them. If we, you know, did a Jurassic Park right now, the T-Rex would keel over, it wouldn't be able to breathe. So they'd have to fix that one first, apparently. But yeah, maybe they did move away to somewhere like that. Or maybe, you know, life did start elsewhere and it's just pollinated many, many different places. So we're all kind of connected in that same way, but different cousins around on different stars. Another green one, Leanne, good spot in there. And Tank, at this point, I think we're dealing with a parallel civilization that came up before us. And we have visitors as well. So I like that because I think there's got to be multiple things. The phenomenon is so strange in all of the ways that it is described that, yeah, I think there's got to be multiple things there. But this parallel civilization, that is one of the ways, isn't it, that could describe the fact that it's been here for so long and that it's only interacting with us in this sort of hands-off way that we've seen over the years. Oh, a green one went blue, Leanne. I missed that one. It's very good there. And Save the Kingdom. Hello, buddy. Have you seen Bob's channel about the EVP, not UFO? Oh, no. And the Element 115. So I've seen generally about 115, but I don't know who's Bob on this one. You'll have to let us know the channel name. Sounds very interesting there. But I don't think I've heard just general stuff around, you know, like the Tsars talk about 115, but not specifically there. And Minnow there, are you using a blue filter? No, at the minute this is just the lens does give it a bit of like an extra. So that's why the colours are so beautiful tonight, is that basically this lens just kind of exaggerates slightly the amount of light that's coming in. So yeah, but it's not a blue filter. That is, it's just slightly more. But this lens generally also lets in about 2.5 times the light of the human eye there as well. So we're going to see things a lot brighter. And if it is a certain colour with that exaggeration, with that brightness, it's going to look pretty stunning. I mean, just look at how purple Vega is. It's absolutely crazy. Let's have a look.
Zoom mode activated.
There we go, look at that. So it's about 26 light years away, you guys were saying? So think of it this way, we're looking back in time, like we are literally looking back in time. This is a time machine. That light that's travelled all of this way to this camera lens uninterrupted for 26 light years there, left 26 years ago. So we're talking about parting around the millennium, right? That sort of time frame. That's when that light left there. It's pretty cool. Cloaking is also possible there. Possible problem with observation. Militaries have been using cameras-based systems for years with tanks. They have. I mean, cloaking, trying to hide yourself wouldn't make sense. It will be more for me though. Like, why do? And this isn't like a write-off, but you know, why do they sometimes bother to cloak? Why do they not sometimes? I mean, the answer could be that they are just different groups with different priorities there. But the stuff we saw, didn't we, during the New Jersey drone flap, that did seem to be like active cloaking. It's the first time I saw some really convincing stuff, but yeah, maybe they do have the possibility of just not being observed if they really don't want to for a particular reason there. And they work on propulsion and not to the flying objects there. Interesting. And let you get to down here. And Miles there, hey, random question. Oh, this is one that I was talking about. Hey, random question. Just seen 2 lights fly over my house there. Wasn't a plane or a solar flare. A weird movement. Now, Miles, it's the movement that can be really, really anomalous. How high do you think that was there? And what was that movement like? That sounds very interesting. Thank you for sharing that one. Where did we are there? And sitting here in Scotland, this is Lindsay, getting 420'd, alternating between this and watching the real sky. That sounds absolutely heavenly. Have you got a clear sky tonight? It's rare, isn't it, that you guys have such, you know, the stunning scenery that, you know, you never normally get the clear skies. You can't have it both ways. Where are we now? Let me scroll down there. And Vicky, my parents have had a couple of experiences. They live opposite a forest and a river, and the River Swale. Oh, what sort of experiences were they? Were they sort of strange lights in the sky, or actual craft, or maybe beings or something? And 0 point energy does exist, and they have bought or killed every human invention. Well, there have been a lot of people that apparently have kind of got close to it there, and this was something, you know, they used to call it back in the day the ether. Now it's 0 point energy, but the idea that there is a field that we don't perceive directly as humans, but still here all the time, that just kind of holds a hell of a lot of energy. There are a few clues, and this is why it kind of makes sense from a scientific point of view as well. They just can't prove it, and they did a few tests around like the turn of the century time. I went, no, we can't prove it, so it's not there. But people are starting to look back at this now, and maybe there is something to that. You could just tap into this field of energy. Maybe that is how they are, you know, their craft work there. And the world from my eyes there. There's a UAP here in the center. Keep up the good spotting. I'm a bit delayed in the chat. Bought off or killed, yeah. Well, there are lots of people that have had, you know, sadly, some early ends that are working on very interesting things there. And Ember, not trying to promote herself, but I want to bring up the last 2 videos that I got daytime sightings of. Or, yeah, let's tag us in, and then I will get to see it, because otherwise I'll totally forget that. But if anyone else checks them out, let us know. B4, Rachel, good spotting of the green ones there. And we all do, don't we, there, Illusion? That's why we're all hanging out together there. And, oh, who put the treasure box in? Thank you for that, whoever did that over on the TikTok there. And Cody, have you ever caught a UFO? Brilliant question. Yes, we have. Now, what is the UFO? It's definitely unidentified. Definitely they don't fit the normal explanations of satellites, man-made craft, you know, anything like that, you know, shooting stars, weather phenomena that we're aware of. But to say what they are they ET waving as they go by? I don't know. We haven't got the equipment to tell that, but there are definitely, we are able to filter out the standard, the prosaic explanations, or, you know, normal things. Now, they're a little bit rare. Maybe every couple of months we'll see something that qualifies for that. And then there's this middle of the road zone of It looks strange. There's something about it, whether it's its brightness, its speed, its size, things like that, that really kind of go. And that is very, very common there. Now, they don't necessarily do anything that can help us to immediately disprove, you know, the satellite hypothesis. But you kind of get a feel for this after a while, and you will too as you're watching. You'll start to get a feel for all of the movements and how they're acting, and yeah, you just see things you're like, I can't 100% say, but it's definitely anomalous there. Over on our TikTok profile, we might even have some set up on the shorts as well on YouTube, where you can see some of those clips. The big bright orange one is my favourite there. But it's very active tonight, you're not wrong there, Frenchie. And Bodmin, yes, can get very dark. Often air traffic there, but not on flight radar. Oh, very interesting. I mean, even for its own right, that's pretty interesting there, Bodmin. So we, I'm trying to think, is it Dartmoor or Bodmin more than we normally go to? There's one of them. It's on our list to do a Skywatch from. Which I've got to figure out the signal hunt. I need to get, what's it called? Starlink. That's what we need to do. Guys, if you are just joining us tonight, say we are doing a live UFO, a UAP, a Skywatch, and we are coming to you live from Wiltshire in the UK, which is right down the road from Stonehenge, but right in the heart of Crop Circle country. A long history of the weird and wonderful in the skies. Do say hello. I'm working my way through the chat slowly. But yeah, say hello, ask any questions. Let us know where you're all watching from tonight. It's good to have you in. And we want to hear from you all. It's a bit light. The moon is quite bright tonight there, but we can still see some fantastic stars and their colours. Help us spot the strange and anomalous ones there. But do give us a follow or a sub, whatever it is, wherever you are, because we are on basically every night. Clear skies is this. Cloudy skies is the alien or radio signal hunt there. Searching on the hydrogen line, the channel on the radio dial that scientists theorise that if ET's out there, it's where they'd put the message. And sent it there. Oh my God, you just made me jump with Alan. Don't do that. I nearly dropped my phone on my face. Hey, I take no responsibility for Alan. I'm not doing anything there. I don't think there was noise to him, but I'll ask Leanne in a minute. And tick there. Oh, I seen that guy. He put a wallet full of money on a pavement there and drew the chalk around it and everything. It's crazy. We think of ourselves as going through this life as we've got our sensors and they're going to pick up the light anomalies, the sound anomalies, the temperature anomalies like that. But the problem is they then get filtered through what your brain expects. And unless it's so far out of that zone that it could potentially be dangerous, the brain won't send it back to you, basically. It won't wake you and go, hey, look, there's something over there. So, you know, it's our psychology is just as important here as our sensing ability. Not that we can see all of objective reality. Like, guys, there wasn't enough things in the infrared that killed us for us to evolve the ability to see in it there. You know, there is the on the light spectrum, we see a big chunk in the middle. We call it the visible light because it's what we see. It's what our camera can see tonight. But down the low end, there is the infrared. Up the high end, there is the ultraviolet. And the same is for sounds as well. And there's all sorts of other phenomena that we don't really fully perceive. Again, we haven't needed to evolutionarily. But it means that we're not experiencing object reality. You know, it's very, very strange how it all works there. What's that one? No one that touched it. Was it you who put it in there, Tick Tick? Multiple UFO scene. Keep up that good spotting there hardware. Right, we're still here. And where? Oh my God, it's is it? Oh, there you go. It's scrolling again now. Thought it worked there. Oh, great assistant. I know. It doesn't bring me a drink though. Oh, remember you can post your links and footage and videos in the Discord. So Kate is very, very right there. Thank you for the help. The Discord link in bio for that one, so we can all chat offline of the streams there, share our personal experience, images, videos too, all of the latest UFO, UAP news there. And Agent X, thank you for the gifts, appreciate those. All goes into the stream. How the devil are you tonight? And I've heard that the Greys are the Anunnaki or some form of ancestor. I don't think I've heard the Greys the Anunnaki, but maybe. I mean, I don't know. But ancestor definitely makes a lot of sense just because they're so similar to us. But even the Anunnaki, they're described as being visually very similar to us as well. So why would we be the same unless there was that connection? And I feel that sometimes I can't breathe, so I feel your T-Rex. Yeah, exactly. You know, this is the thing. You know, Jurassic Park would have been a very different movie in real life. Life is definitely elsewhere. Frenchie, you're not wrong. And even mainstream science is eventually getting on board with that now. You know where scientists would go, oh, we don't know if alien life's out there. We don't even know if it's likely. You know, they're very sort of shrugging it off. Well, the problem with that view, that came from when we didn't know that all of these other stars that we're looking at tonight, all these things here, let's take Vega.
Zoom mode activated.
26 light years away. In fact, I don't think we've scanned Vega to know for sure because it's quite bright, so it's hard to tell the way these things are done. But yeah, this thing here, we didn't know that all these other stars had planets around them or not. Maybe our solar system was special, but we are now getting the technology where we're checking, and more and more we are seeing that they all do. So it does look like that planets are incredibly common, but therefore it's just a numbers game. So even mainstream scientists, the astrobiologists, do think life is absolutely everywhere. They won't quite go to civilizations or necessarily complex life, but again, that is still a numbers game. Although they are saying, again, now technology has done another jump and we are able to scan the atmospheres of those distant exoplanets around those other stars there. And those early signals are looking like that they're detecting a lot of gas in those atmospheres. And rumour is in the community there that although each detection isn't quite up to the level there that we can say 100% with 100% confidence, they're getting so many that, again, in that community, that they're just expecting life is absolutely everywhere. So what a time to be alive there. Life is definitely elsewhere. Oh, and Dave, see you tomorrow there. Dave in Michigan, check it out. We'll catch you later, Dave. Thank you for joining us tonight there. And Naughty there's a good one. There are a few good ones. And I hope the female aliens are sexy. Liam, it's like the 1970s versions of the sexy free-titted Venusians. What a time of ufology that was. The skin-tight silver flight suits there. I'm not going to get one of them, don't worry guys, that'll be a very different stream. And Baseman, good to see you there. And Lindsay Brown, how much? We've had some good colouring tonight there, but we did have a flasher, but yeah, we haven't had the crazy other stuff yet. And what setup we have there seems pretty capable. Thank you, Norton. Honestly, it's trial and error. It's trial and error, and it's learnt the hard way. And there's still plenty of ways to go there, but that's what we put it all back into. We're improving the stream for everyone there, hopefully increasing our odds there. We've only been on this planet for around 400,000 years, I think. Oh, where does that come from, Tank? Because that sounds interesting. Because even mainstream scientists, they would say that, you know, we can't trace our record back. I think it's about 330,000 years. So, you know, they think, oh, that's the point that we evolved, you know, from a different species or something there. But it's quite close to that 400,000 years. Look, could be brought from somewhere else. There's definitely a plausibility to a lot of these things. I was attracted to the purple woman from Futurama. Oh, what was that one? Just followed by good spotting there. Oh, 2359 there. Pulsing orb seen in the center hardware. I missed that one. That was a very good one. I'm looking forward to going through to do all the clips. We're going to catch some very interesting ones there. I'm 10 minutes behind in the chat. It's not too bad for me. They are still over Jersey, just off the coast. But this is the thing. We try to think that they come and go. But if it's starting to feel like, just like what you're talking about there, Tank, that they're there all the bloody time. It's just the media attention, isn't it? When it gets enough attention to be in our faces. But it's going on all of the damn time. Beam me up, Hottie. Liam, that's going on a t-shirt. Speaking of t-shirts, Skywatcher t-shirt. Hopefully this weekend I'll sort the shop out, guys, and we can all be cool together. Look, we've got the thing mug in here as well. So these are my samples just to make sure they turned out all right. But yeah, we've got a few items coming. Look, there's the Skywatcher. Got actually good designs, I think. Signal Hunter. Oh, UFO logbook as well. Yeah, well, there's some boring logo ones, just general things through them. But I wanted to cycle through because there's a hat. Where's the posters? So we've done some art prints. There you go. Like postcard from Warminster of Aliens. Yeah. Art prints here from all of the stuff that's happened in this town as well. Where's the other? Alan's t-shirt there. There we go. Logo t-shirt. And I think we're back around for those ones. But when you do get your merch, take your pictures. Put that picture of you in the merch or wherever you are in the world. I want to see people wearing this on the pyramids, Area 51, all that sort of jazz. But you can put that pictures in the merch showcase on the Discord, and then it auto uploads to my little carousel here, so you can be on the stream. It's just me at the second. Ta-da! But yeah, so you can join in for that one. Multiple UFOs, satellites, or orbs I've seen on screen. There's a lot of action in the set tonight there. And scented siren there. The firmament. So I hear a lot about that one, mainly from like the flat Earth community there. This idea that we're under is it a crystal or a diamond sort of layer. And formations of blue lights moving sideways. I have a video. Oh, Vicky, I'd love to see that. And that was your parents' sighting. That is pretty cool. Formation but moving sideways. Like, what else could that be? I mean, that is so cool. And Wi-Fi's covered 0 point energy there. Oh, I haven't seen it. And it's getting busy tonight. And was that Dark Jedi as well, if they can't put a meter or a subscription on it, then it gets suppressed. Well, that is very, very true. But for a certain amount of time, the problem is that physics comes into play as well with knowledge. and obviously physics is for physical matter, but you start to see the rules at play. And the problem is that the more something is falsified, the more unstable it gets and the more energy it needs to be put into it. So ultimately these things do collapse. Reality always prevails. It's never necessarily a nice easy process or necessarily telling us when. I think we need to get the orange sighting put in the Discord, maybe in the media. Could do, yes. It'll just end up going up the list though. I have to dig it out. I've still got the clip. I might only have the one that we used to make the little clip for it though. And how are we doing, Agent? Now we are all good here. I hope you're well. And check out the Enigma. It will show you any sightings in your area, and you can share your own too. Enigma Labs app, it is very, very good. So definitely do join that one. It also gives you notifications if there is something in, I think like in close, when somebody does something in your area, you can have those notifications. Very cool. What a time to be alive. And Rachel, I still have that video from my night vision goggles, the one that was still for a bit and then moved up with that one. Yeah, now that one was good. It's that anomalous behavior there. And at that sort of size, when it looks like it could be a satellite, so you get in that sort of size to distance perspective, it's that far up, it's not a drone. And then it does that anomalous movement. And you're like, well, that's definitely not a satellite then. I love those ones. Adrian Mexican coming in with the gifts, thank you, sir. Earthlings, humans, and non-dimensionals, everybody's welcome. We just need to be more observant and not lost in our lives, and it's so hard to do. It is, isn't it? Very quickly. I'll watch a space documentary and I go, wow, it's amazing. Look at the depths of space and how it's all going on. Wow, we're only small. It's all insignificant. And then that goes off, and then my emails ping, and I go, oh, work stress. And I go, narrow focus, back down again. Oh, really? It did live every night, but his channel is dead too. I wonder why. I wish we could see what's going on Area 51. Oh, Illusion. I really wish to. That is the thing. If we could ever afford to do an international tour of live Skywatches, because we want to do a UK tour of all the hotspots. Occasionally we do take the show on the road. And we're planning it up on AM soon as well. But yeah, I'd love to do from the gates of Area 51. Anyone interested in crop circles? I've never seen one in person. I'd like to check one out this year. Gaza. So we had one literally a year ago yesterday, and it was just outside of our town here. Hence why we say we are right in the heart of crop circle country. And I've never been a massive fan of crop circles. That's one of the things that I could kind of, because look, it's definitely within our skill set, isn't it, to fold wheat. There, so I never was a massive fan of it, but we visited it, and oh my god, it's just amazing. I do think that one was human, but over the years I've become much more open to them. However you feel about them, if you can visit one, a lot of them are on public land, but definitely worth checking out if you can. If aliens exist, I have a much higher chance of finding a wife. Well, the numbers game, you'd be exotic, wouldn't you? Area 51 would be a very, very cool. I mean, Roswell as well, that's a classic. I really want to know the specific pinpoint location, because it's kind of disputed where the actual crash was, although, meant to be a debris field, but the main body of the craft and that. But I'd love to do one from there. Who just woke up there? We're all good there. A well-deserved nap there, Aiden X. Area 51 speed dating. Some are genuine. No, you're right, Tank. In this day and age as well, look, we're contending with people that are trying to actively manipulate us. Maybe they want the clicks, maybe they want to mislead, disinformation and all that. And then you've got people in the middle there which are doing their best, but maybe, they're misinterpreting the phenomena, and then there'll be the chunk which are real. And it's a difficult time, isn't it, to try and discern all of these things. My mind has just been boggled again. I can't remember what I was boggling there, Rachel, but no worries. Anytime you need a boggling. Alan's there. And Dottie there as well. Good morning there. Have you ever worked with the Secret Vault? I haven't, but phenomenal group, the Secret Vault there. Some of the documents and stuff there. That is lots going on there. I would love to, but sadly I'm nowhere near as good as a lot of the guys out there that actually do the work to find all of those documents, or the journalistic sort of stuff here. We're just sitting here live chewing over the latest news. I mean, it's fun. We get to witness things live, but I can't claim to be as competent as a lot of those guys there coming up with all the latest news and connections as well. If you guys checked out Jesse Michael's American Alchemy, absolutely love it. The quality of the guests, the new stuff that comes out is phenomenal. I believe in some, at least in some crop circles. Oh, Indigo, yeah. I think that's it. Like, you don't necessarily need the aliens for all of them, but it cuts the bit and you go, what? You did this in a couple of hours, and it's this massive, and it's this intricate, and where are all of the, You know, where are all the half-done ones, the ones where they've been caught out there? And Paul, how are we doing, man? I've done a video on my YouTube channel of the Nephilim and Anunnaki. I am going to load that up now, Paul, because I want to have a watch of that after the stream. Oh, it won't let me click on your bloody name. Fuck's sake, if I copy... Right, I'm going to watch that after the stream, Paul. Right up my street. What I know about that sort of area... it's very limited, but it fascinates me deeply. I still need to listen to the Book of Enoch there. That's going to be pretty cool. Thank you for sharing that one. And not in like a dying way, but like we would when we have a run out of energy. Handling these. Oh, what was that for, Cinder? I can't remember now. And there are many man-made circles, but strange things still happen in them. Oh, you know what? That's something I hadn't considered, actually. You know, I mean, maybe, you know, it's a sort of a ritualistic thing in a certain sense here. You know, if you're laying out the symbols, maybe it connects with something as well, so man-made or not. That could be an interesting angle. And Living Light, how are ya? I missed the UFOs there. Not yet, not yet. We've still got a bit of moonlight that's getting in the way a bit. But look, Vega is in tonight there, and absolutely stunning. How have you been, Living Light? And Amanda, good to see ya. Got plans for the weekend. It's the other 50 areas you have to worry about. That damn Area 48 gets me every time. But you're right there, the whole training area is divided up, isn't it, into all those, and hence where the 51 came from. It's the 51st division of it. But it's always a little bit smaller than you think it is there. It's literally just over the mountains. They were testing the nukes there. It's not as far as you'd expect for like a nuclear weapon. And Area 51 is just on the other side. And S4. And naughty there, and it was fun and enjoyed that. I'm glad, and hopefully we'll see you soon for that one. What a pointless universe it would be without. Well, exactly. I mean, this is the point. If you look to our one example that we have, which is Earth, that we can look at consistently, look how much life there is here. There is a species, an organism for every niche, every environment. Life, it thrives here, everywhere. Why would the universe be any different? It irradiated the general circles. I've heard about this, and the one that we went to, and in fairness, we were a couple of days too late to the party with that. It'd been there 3 days or so. Oh, it's a nice blue one coming in. Keep your eyes on that. In fact, should we zoom in on that one, because it is nice.
Zoom mode activated.
Yeah, we didn't pick up any background radiation or anything else going on. I do think it was a man-made one, but we might have just been a bit late there. Look at that, nice and blue, especially to some of the others that we are seeing tonight there. Oh, a few wisps of cloud, but it still should be clear. I think that cloud's just going to pass us by. And it sounded correct. French as well, but our energy has been bouncing around for more than 4.5 billion years. Well, this is true. Like, energy, you know, doesn't get dissolved, does it? It doesn't disappear. It is just transferred. It is conserved in the universe. So the same energy that is us, maybe even our consciousness has been around the whole damn time. And Kate, oh my God, a strange cat has just walked in my living room, stood there staring at you. Oh, the audacity. It's not trying to communicate with you, warn you. Actually, Kate, chuck the cat out to the garden and see if it survives. It'd be Schrodinger's cat there. And Lindsay, there. Last August, I was sitting out, saw Starlink. At that point, I'd had no idea about Starlink. Thought I'd witnessed the best UFO ever. I was so gutted to find out. Oh, Lindsay, I've done that too, and I totally get it. When you see Starlink and it is either really, really close together, or it's the chain of them there. Like, if you've not seen it, and to be fair, this was the only one that's launched like that for a very long time. It is interesting. You know, I can see how people think that, and I was caught out not once, but twice with the International Space Station. I didn't learn the first time. So, like, you know, these things, they happen to us all there, Lindsay. We have to laugh about it. Don't even get me started on the Sainsbury's bag incident there. I'm sure somebody in the chat will fill you in on my humiliation. So, guys, if you are just joining us, we're doing a live UFO UAP Skywatch tonight. We're coming to you live from Wiltshire in the UK, which is right in the heart of Crop Circle country and just down the road from Stonehenge. So do let us know where you're joining us from tonight. I'm about 10 minutes behind in the chat, but I will get there. Yeah, let us know where you're watching from. Ask any questions. We'd love to hear from you there. And if you've had an experience with the phenomena, do share. Because we'd love to hear. That's my favourite part on top of watching all these things there. And check out North Philano Beach, Florida tonight there. The moon is out, but we may see activity. I'd love to. There, I always forget, especially the times. The time zones don't work well. There's a 24-hour live cam. And how you doing, Moon? Good to see you. How was your weekend? Oh, it's Friday, isn't it? How's your weekend looking? And Liam there, I wonder what aliens would think about OnlyFans there. They'd sign up to Alan's one. He's on there. It's all probing all the time. I think it is still, it's still pit sting. At least it's there then, Kate, the orb one. And Indigo, object moving down, Acorn, good, spotting Indigo. I'm so far behind though. And Illusion, yeah, they ruined my 5 minutes of fame. And Scented there, the camo guys out there would not leave you alone. They would be on your ass the whole time. But this is the thing, like, that is 100% true. But we're live now, so like they've got to turn up, haven't they, between, you know, they've got to balance it off between making the situation worse. You know, they're going to be on camera the whole time, and if they don't have the authority to, if you're over the line there, to not do it, to turn your camera off, then, you know, they're being live streamed to all of that. All police force are having issues at the minute. Interesting time. What's the YouTuber that bought a plot of land just outside Area 51? That would be enough. Just set up a camera there. And you see, I can't see the YouTube link. No, it's not come up, Tank, sadly. I think, you know, I would imagine YouTube would have allowed YouTube links, but I can't see it in my chat. Has it come through on the other one? Can't see it there, sadly, Tank. Where are we? And Lozzie, I've seen things that look like satellites, but they suddenly changed direction. My husband saw a backwards flying triangle, and I had dreams as a kid that I come to Earth from somewhere else in a craft. So that's amazing, Lozzie. Thank you so much for sharing. Whereabouts in the world are you joining us from? So first of all, that anomalous movement, that movement you described there, looking like satellites, but then suddenly changing direction, that is behavior that satellites, man-made craft, just can't do. We are nowhere near that technology level there. So immediately, that is very, very strange there. Slam dunk anomalous sighting there. But and your partners, when their husbands saw the craft, I'd love to. We saw a triangle formation once on screen. We've seen the 3 dots, the satellite triangle formation, but there was one that was the 3 dots, but it blacked out the stars as it flew over. Really cool to see that. I'd love to see it outside with my own eyes. Maybe I'd be terrified. Probably would be terrified, but I still kind of want to see it there. But the dream. Now, very interesting. There could be lots going on with dreams there. You know, that fragment of a memory still surviving there. Same Pro User 68 there. And Paul, thank you for the hydration reminder as well. Oh, another between columns C and D again behind there, but C and D. It's right on there on my map. Keep having a look there. C1 Frenchy, good spot in there. I think Maui is a hotspot for USOs too. And maybe the aliens do, but it'd be very interesting. I mean, you know, it's research, isn't it? You've got to check it out. 2 vids from Maui. Kate as well, yeah, it's Alan that does the boggling. He's our chief boggler. Is that a northern slang term? And Sent as well, it's like being on a dating site there. Gotta weed out the dodgy ones and then find the... Exactly. It is. You know, we need a swipe, don't we? Of like, that sign, swipe right as well. Oh, Jesse's good. So is Gerb is interesting as well. I do like... He was on old Event Horizon, John Michael Gautier's channel last night. I watched that one. Absolutely amazing there. Oh, about the Anunnaki. That was it, Rachel. I like the videos from the 90s showing the crop circles we make. Kate, that's what changed my mind. And look, you don't know if any one particular video is true or not. You know, there's definitely a chance for them all to be fake there, but I've heard a few stories like that, and there's one in particular I saw, these orange orbs flying over a field, and I don't know, it felt different. It really did, especially for the time that it was released there. You know, that would have been a lot of effort for somebody to fake there. Listen to it on 2x there. I would just get distracted. I am Book of Enoch. Yeah, thank you. It is on my list. It really is. But I haven't touched an audiobook in months at the minute. I kind of binged loads, and now I'm like, it takes me a while to remember that I like them. We're at 18,000 likes, guys. Doing better than last night. Thank you, guys. Do appreciate that. And it is the likes and shares that helps us reach more and more like-minded people there, like yourselves. More eyes and minds on the phenomena, the more we can all piece this puzzle together. And particularly if you're on the tubes there, those likes really do help over there. Makes a difference. You never know who is going to come in and what part of the phenomena they're going to share with us there. Maybe they've had an experience, you know, like we're hearing tonight about craft and things. That is the single thing that has really moved the needle for me, my understanding of hearing how many and the types of phenomena, how often that you're having there. How you doing, UFO X-Files there? Caravan 51, that's more in my budget there, Syntax. And like you so much there, life here on Earth. Just imagine what could be out there. Again, could we even get close to imagining the range? Probably not. And how are you over there? Hopefully come by the live later at 9 p.m. I think I did catch you the other night briefly, actually. Because I remember going, oh, UFO X-Files. It just came up organically. It might be the video, but I think it was alive. Yeah, and I was like, I recognise UFO X-Files. But yeah, I'll try to. I'm always quiet in the chats though, because I'm dyslexic, I can't type. It always comes out badly, so I end up hiding in. I'm a lurker. But yeah, we'll catch you later. We've got a better chance of getting me on the tubes than on the TikTok. And Kate, even cats avoid the monster there. Hedgehogs don't though. They live down there. Hedgehogs don't care. Hedgehogs don't care for shit. They're spiky. At least you know what's all at free in at once there, guys. Can we get some of these on the interactive grid? If anybody's on that one. 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got an orange one. We've got a green one. Let's zoom in on this bad boy.
Zoom mode activated.
It's not orange. That was clear white there. Let me zoom back out so we can capture them all. And then there we go. The grid should work now. A few more. Again, this is a bit of a busy section, but you know, it's that moon. We'll be seeing much more. Oh, Skynet. Oh, I didn't get the... Starlink, Skynet. I mean, we're getting close to it, guys. We're getting close. And they literally... There was an AI company that literally called their product Skynet. I'm like, don't tempt fate, you arseholes. And living like that, I wonder, satellites are only the size of an SUV there. That is very small, isn't it? They don't even have their own light source. Yet the light appears consistent without flickering. It really does. These are very interesting points. I mean, the sizes of them ranges. You can get ones that are a lot smaller, and technically they can bolt a few together. But satellites, anything man-made, has to fit basically in the nose cone of a rocket, doesn't it? So it is limited by size, unless it's like the ISS there, where they take one up, bolt it together, take one up, bolt. But most of the ones here, they are going to be within that size range, which the scales that we're seeing now is really bloody tiny, and we really see the light there. I mean, this is the thing, isn't it, living like that? We see a lot of stuff here that we cannot disprove. Or we cannot prove is aliens there. You know, we can't write off the satellites. We know that they present in that way. But really, all of them? And in the way that they're looking, some of these things, you know, again, they do not have light sources themselves. This is all reflectivity. And there was times over the winter. So the winter was dead. You know, it comes to like October, November, and I think, you know, December, January were just, you know, we saw like one a week if we were lucky. But the interesting thing there was the sun's fully gone round by the time we were getting off those streams. But we would still see one or two every now and again. And where are they getting that light from? Where the hell are they getting that light from? Like these satellites say they don't have headlights, they're just reflecting that sunlight back to us there. User 58 joining us from Yorkshire. I am a big Yorkshire fan there. How are your skies tonight there? Have you ever seen anything strange in them? And Kate, oh there, don't be so hard on yourself. That strange bag had it out for you. I thought it did, Kate. I thought it did. And Ryder there, can I send you my picture of Jupiter from tonight? 100% Ryder, the best place to do it. I mean, you can tag us in it on TikTok. I normally check them once a day or so, so might have a chance after the stream because it is a weekend. Stay up a bit later, but if not, it'd have to be tomorrow. But if not, I know we've got a media section on our Discord. So guys, if you've got, you know, astrophotography and stuff like that, we'd love to see it there. That way it's not just me that gets to see it, it is the rest of the community. If you want to join that, link in bio, post it there. We've also got personal experiences section where you guys can post your accounts with the phenomena images and videos too, or just read through what our community's put in before there. And Odran there, people, please send a prayer for me tomorrow there. Have a race tomorrow. Oh, good luck with a race there, Odran. Was it some sort of motorised race there, or is it a running race? You gotta let us know, and you're going to do it wonderfully. We'll have to get you, if it's like, we'll have to get the sponsorship, right? If you're in like Formula 1, we'll have to get you a green car with Alan's face on the front. And sent it there. Follow him too. Excellent. Which one was that? Was it Jesse? Because I'm a fanboy for Jesse. Most activity is out that beach there. Flash in A2. Amanda, good spot in B2, sorry. I want to try to send a link to the Jersey footage. Yeah, sadly it's not come through. And me and my dad saw a UFO there. We thought it was a satellite, but then it suddenly shot off. User 58. Where was that sighting? That is brilliant. And again, it's that movement there. Satellites just can't do that. They are falling to Earth in a big circle. In the same way that I can't jump off my roof and then decide to go to the right, I can't do a right angle just across, can I? And I can't stop dead. That sort of behaviour, man-made satellites just can't do that. It takes a hell of a lot of thrust and energy to do that one. So that is a pretty much slam dunk there. It's a brilliant sighting there. I am, how far away? Is that, I was 12:25, 32. Oh, I'm 7 minutes behind in the chat. So guys, do say hello, ask your questions, share your experiences, but it'll take me about 7 minutes to get around to you there. And dreams are a privilege there. Frenchie, 100% there. I do not dream much at all. They put me on some medication and I started dreaming again. And now I've run out of it, so I'm not dreaming anymore. And oh my god, can you put Chief Boggler as his job title on the shop? Kate, remind me to do that. No, he won't be happy with me. Alan will not appreciate that. And tic-tac there, I saw a group of Chinese lanterns once heading east, about 15 of them, all different colours, quite slowly, in a not quite dark blue sky. I was totally normal until another group of these lanterns joined. It's that movement there, and the colours as well. This is the thing, how do Chinese lanterns be different colours? And then from the south, that turned right and formed up to head east with the rest of them. Again, intelligent behaviour. There is as well with these sorts of sightings, for me, it feels the movement style, the way that they're interacting, it feels very, very organic. It doesn't necessarily feel mechanistic like drones or planes. It feels very, as I said before, like lion cubs play fighting. There's a dance to it, there's a flow, more like bird flocks movements and things like that, which really then fits for... Oh, that got me. Really fits for the like the plasmoids, the idea that sentient plasma life that's been here with us the whole time, and there is a lot of evidence that points that way. Oh, thank you, Rachel, over there. Just requested on the Discord. I'm sure Kate's probably already jumped over, but let me just double check that, because sometimes some people it just goes straight in, and others, I don't know if it thinks you're dodgy, but it wants me to approve. No, Kate's been hot on it. She's already approved you. Well done there. Thank you. And where are we there? But everybody's welcome over there. We're doing our monthly movie club. We had our movie club earlier tonight, didn't we? There, that was watching Capricorn 1 together. So we'll be devoting... Alan probably tonight will post the next movie club poll, if he's got enough to go from. So, but actually, guys, if you can suggest some more alien-y space movies, you got to put the movie just into the movie club chat. Just go movie title, space, what platform it's on. So it needs to be freely available on Netflix, YouTube, or Amazon Prime, so everybody can get to watch it. Yeah, put that in. Alan collects them every night, adds them to a list, and then we vote on them there. Oh, is it? Oh, which one? I can't remember what we're talking about, Odron. I can't remember. We are across both chats, though. And what's that? On A3 there. So, A3, I don't know. That's a good question. I'm probably so far behind that it's moved off now. Most likely a man-made satellite. Until it does that anomalous movement, guys, we just cannot know for sure there. We cannot fully disprove a man-made object. But just because we can't disprove it does not mean that they all are. Now, most of them will be. That's statistics. There's a lot of man-made objects up there. But, again, anything flying around up there, it's going to look pretty damn similar to us here down on Earth. Those straight lines, well, that is the most efficient way, isn't it, path between 2 points there. ET is going to be travelling like that most of the time, and again reflecting that light back down to us here, just like the man-made satellites there. We are asking for ET to really realise he's left his keys at home and do an interstellar handbrake turn right over the camera. So not all of the time we are going to see that, but it's the only way that we can be 100% sure down here on Earth. And where are we there? Mark as well. Mark Castle, how are you doing? Good to have you in. And there, and Andy as well. Hello from a few miles away from Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. Oh, Andy, do not tease us like that. Wright-Patterson. So, we've had people actually at the gates of Area 51 join us from the chat. They've been visiting there, not the base itself, but going to visit the gates. You can get right up to it before they tell you to piss off. So we've had that in. I think we had somebody near Skinwalker Ranch once as well. But if Andy's not pulling out a leg here, he's actually at Wright-Patterson now, guys. Wright-Patterson is arguably, it's as important as Roswell. That is where the wreckage, the bodies were brought, weren't they, after recovery, to Roswell Air Force Base and then to Wright-Patterson. And Wright-Patterson was the home, wasn't it, of the reverse engineering program, the labs there, the rumoured Blue Room. And also, as well, that recent general that went missing as well, he was the head of that research department there at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. I think it was Wright-Pat. Unless I totally made that one up, but I think it was. So Andy as well, very, very welcome in for you there. Damn commercials. How many are there? We do have it on the lowest settings, but I'm just worried that YouTube will be taking the piss because it does that. And as well, Oza as well, thank you for the follow. Do appreciate that as well. Where are you joining us from tonight? How did I even miss that one from earlier there? Stu as well, thank you for the follow. And Janie, thank you for the gifts as well. Gift subs, members, patrons, all that jazz does go back into the stream there, helping us improve what we do. And we've got some updates for you guys coming very soon. But what we do for our members and our subs is at least twice a month, normally every other week there, but we're doing a lot more lately. We take a look at either a leaked document, a whistleblower's account there, or some sort of evidence related to the phenomena. Kind of like these chats, but privately. You can share all of your thoughts on it there, any knowledge you may have, live in the private groups there. And because it's, you know, starts at a certain time, everybody comes in, we don't have to introduce ourselves, we can really get into the nitty gritty and the detail there. But with all of these document releases from the US at the minute, we've been able to go through them with you guys literally the next day, together, what we're all thinking. There were some interesting ones. So the next batch is going to be cool there. So again, if you want to do that, so it all goes back into the stream, but there is a free trial. If you the link in our bios there is to give you a free trial for the Patreon for a month. So you'll catch at least of those too for the month, and some past ones back as well. Back home in Missoula there, Montana. I think that's a first for Montana for us. Now we're starting to collect all the states here, Oza. Welcome very much in there. Have you ever had an experience yourself? Sorry it's taken so long to get around to you guys. And where are we now? Oh, sent there. Good night for a UFO fan there. My left eye has given out and I'm sleeping. The right eye's crying. They've got to work together there, Scented. But thank you so much for joining us again, as always. We'll catch you tomorrow night. Because, guys, we are on pretty much every night. So, Clear Skies, it's this. It's the live UFO UAP Skywatch there, coming to you live from Wiltshire here in the UK, which is right in the heart of Crop Circle country and just down the road from Stonehenge there. Lots of weird things to see. And this is probably actually a 6.5 out of 10 for quality tonight there. That moon is doing our night vision in chronic. So, I mean, we still see things. It doesn't actually stop us there, but it doesn't look as good. So, hang around and make sure you check out those streams as well. If it's cloudy, we do an alien radio signal hunt. We listen out of our own dish and equipment there and monitor the frequencies on the hydrogen line there. The messages is where scientists theorize that if ET's out there, that's where they'd put the signal, put the message, hello, is anybody else out there? It's where the wow signal was heard, and if I can be bothered and the moon is up, unlike tonight, we look at all the craters there with the details, it looks like that, and we talk about all the weird things going on up there, so we're always looking nightly to get some evidence of the phenomena. And Stu, I love space so much now, and I love watching stuff that Brian Cox does. Now, Brian Cox is a fantastic sort of space communicator there. I mean, very, and just generally seems to be a top chat. It's kind of interesting hearing how those languages are now, that like himself there, are getting more open to this ever so slightly. They're easing us in there, but yeah, Brian Cox is great there. And Sword there, I want to get abducted. Well, some people have a great time, some people not so much. I'm not about the abductions personally. Marcus there are plenty of times that I have seen flashing lights near Orion there and geostationary satellites. So Orion, I don't think Orion has in that direction as the geostationaries. They tend to be, excuse me, more equatorial around there because they want to be pretty, again, geostationary there. So that's why if you remember your old satellite dishes for your TV, they're just pointing in the one direction. They didn't have to move and follow these satellites around. It's geostationary. It's always in the same place. It's more stable in the equatorial range there. So I don't think Orion's that area. I'm not 100% if it can, because there are seasonal movements and stuff. But very, very interesting, because again, that stationary flashing doesn't sound very sexy, guys, but it is a very anomalous there. It takes a hell of a lot of energy to sit still up there. Everything is moving, everything is in motion. Even those bloody stars that look pretty stationary tonight, they're just so far away. Kind of like that parallax effect when you're sitting on a train and you know, the trees are going past your window really, really fast at the edge of the track there, or in a car, but those hills in the distance barely seem to be moving. It's kind of the same with the stars. I mean, we're rotating as well, so it adds to it. But I mean, if you record this, well, play back the recording of the stream and just drag it along, you'll start to see those stars slowly move across over the night to there. Everything is moving, everything's in motion there, with very few exceptions. So it's oh, it's a nice blue one coming in on the screen there. Yeah, it's the geostationary satellites, and it's also the Lagrange points are the only ones there. But we shouldn't be seeing the light really from either. They're quite far out and relatively small, so you're getting that light is tricky. That's what we've been told. So very interesting seeing the flashes there again. And they've also, that sort of thing has been seen long before there was man-made satellites as well. So although a lot of it could be still the satellites now, not all of it. And Geo there just meditated and asked a question or two. Then a meteorite just passed across my sky, and I can see Scotland out there with the laser tonight. It's beautiful. They will be here. Trust me, and keep watching hunting the sky. And honestly, that CE5, that consciousness, that meditation connection there, I'm hearing so many good results from it there. There really does seem to be something going on. There is a there. And user 58 there was in Wakefield, Yorkshire there. We was walking and it slowly moved across the sky. Then, like I said, bolted. Again, that change of speed is insane there. So the natural things at those sorts of altitudes, like you've got your shooting starts. Again, they're a sort of consistent speed and then hitting the friction and the density of our atmosphere and then slowing down rapidly to a stop. So it's the reverse of that. A shooting star isn't going to then go, oh, hey, and speed off. There, so immediately you can write off the organic there. Now satellites, they can make slight adjustments. They have boosters on them, but they're very, very weak, and they're only designed to essentially just nudge them ever so slightly. Any course change is meant to be made over a whole orbit or more there. So again, that to us, we can't perceive that motion, or speed change there. So that is very anomalous. 58. P2 gone in a flash of an eye there. Exactly. What's that? Universal dance there. And Frenchie, B grid is so active. It happens actually. I don't know what it is about B, but even when we're pointing in the different parts, so it's the same part of the sky, but the actual stars move with the seasons there. But it's always bloody active. Might have a dig through some of the past movies. That looked pretty good. Oh, okay, if you can come up with suggestions, I would appreciate those in there. You can also submit the movie club suggestions directly on our homepage on the website now, thethingufo.live. Check it out. Lots of cool things. In fact, I haven't done our website showcase for a while. So as you can see, that is the SETI. It's not live at the second, but you will be able to log in and do your own SETI searching 24/7. But you've got our schedule, so you can see what we're expected to do and if the stream has been confirmed for that day. The merch there, the deep dive, show you what deep dives we've done and what's coming up there, Discord stuff, the other Patreon and member stuff there. And this is a signals dashboard. We've created this, right? So members, you'll be able to log in and you're getting things like the Schumann resonance, solar flux, solar wind speed there, electromagnetic index information. I mean, there's so much stuff, I can't even really remember it all, but there's also sort of social measures as well, which we track, how many people believe that, disclosure is coming up and all that sort of stuff. And you can customize the dashboard yourself there, but also to just tune in all the time to the live radio signal there. You're doing your own SETI work even when we're not on stream, so it's definitely worth checking out. I haven't got this live SETI up at the app. I'm just waiting on my part for that. Where are we there? And the illusion, what is it about? I've forgotten now what we're talking about. Where are we? Bob as well there. Hey, where is a 3i Atlas right now? So it's off past Jupiter, so it's well out of the inner solar system by now. And as it gets further away, it's harder for us to detect and get any information. So I think we've had the good stuff from Atlas now. And as we predicted, it was going to be anomalous, but not enough to confirm either way. I'm more interested in the first interstellar object. I mean, 3i Atlas was pretty cool, let's be honest, guys. It was cool. But the first one, Oumuamua, that for me was stranger, because the issue I had with Atlas was that it did lots of strange things going, probably not an interstellar comet, guys, but it also did a lot of things going, probably an interstellar comet, guys. There were some active detections of certain things. So, although I don't think it's 100% either way, it wasn't enough to confirm, but Oumuamua, the first interstellar object, that was strange. That just did strange behaviour. There was nothing that pointed to it being prosaic at all. And it's a good question there, Bob. So do join us. Do ask away. Ask any questions. No silly questions here at all. I'm a bit behind the chat, but I'll catch up because I like to read them all there. But say hello. Let us know where you're watching from tonight there. It was all very cool there, Tank. Thank you. And Living Light there. I've just read the intro of the famous song Smoke on the Water by Deep Purple. I love that one. It's one of the first songs I tried to learn how to play when I was a teenager, getting the guitar. And intro of is the intro of Beethoven's Fifth Symphony. I think I've simply played backwards. That is amazing. There are a few weird things like that, or like when DJ sample things as well. You're like, that's that. And Syntax, I Am a Mother and Ark are good science fiction film. I Am Mother and Ark are good science fiction films. They're not Alien or UFO though. And Begonia is well worth a watch. Well, we might have to extend our repertoire out of it and go into more just general space. But yeah, the second we are alien related. The best concert, Guns N' Roses, Deep Purple, Aerosmith there. We're getting to the classics. And by the way, where are Maya and Alan there? So, hydration man, thank you, Living Light. Alan's here. Maya had to come off, got her brain's gone dead. Work early in the morning, that was it. RAF 2, actually. So AAP's good for concerts as well there, puts me to shame. And Stu, have you ever seen anything yourself? So Stu, yes is the short answer to that one. We have seen, and there's degrees of what we've seen. I have seen some things that, to my understanding, and we've been doing it a while, cannot be anything explainable. I don't know what they are. Maybe it's some sort of weird weather phenomena that nobody's observed, or, you know, things like that. But there are some strange things up there, and I hadn't actually seen anything directly UFO related. I had some spooky experiences before we started the stream, but that was one of the big reasons to start the stream, was to get some of that experience, and it has delivered. There's a much wider middle of the road where it's weird, but it's not 100% that it can't be a man-made satellite. And that's obviously the most common category, but yeah, that we have seen some interesting things. We should have some clips about for that. So on our TikTok page, we've got a couple pinned, but there are more further down. And where are we there? Oh, Carp King as well. Thank you for the follow. Where are you joining us from tonight? Loaded many shows in. What's that one there? If you see Paradise City, oh, it's Rhodey. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's what it means. And Mark there. I'm going to share the blink I've seen near Orion. Oh, 100% Mark. I wonder if that's near us. Similar to the ones that we were seeing there. So I appreciate that. So if you want to check that one out, guys, Discord is linked in the bio for that one. Oh, nice blue one coming in on the screen there. And Natalie there flashes in B4. Keep up the spotting. If we can see a flash coming from the same part of the sky multiple times over the same line, it doesn't move. Again, very, very strange there. Night sky is very, very beautiful. It really is, Frenchie. And Hogan there, yo, shouldn't the sky Skyview be in the US there? All this stuff started in 47 in Roswell there, New Mexico. UFO stuff is uniquely American. All similar EU reports in centuries prior were attributed to a demon. So Hogan, really interesting angle on that one. So I do disagree, but because what I think is happening there is, as you say, the EU reports basically the rest of the world. So you've got to think of this first of all, is why would, if it is extraterrestrial, why would they be exclusively interested in just one place there? I mean, I can imagine specifically, like, you know, Roswell specifically, it was the nuclear, only nuclear Air Force base, basically, and nuclear weapons were stored there everywhere in the world at the time. So that specific place makes a lot of sense there. But it wouldn't just be, you know, defined by our borders. But you hit on a really interesting point there, which is, basically, there's a lot of weird stuff that's been happening forever, but it's been accounted for different things. So I think if we look back here, that you look to, well, you look back to folklore, you know, you look back to the religious stuff there, you look back to even old cave paintings here. You've got to strip off the human interpretation, because at the end of the day, we're human and we tend to get things wrong. We're only as good as the knowledge that we have, our experiences, and our intelligence and things like that. So what we interpret something to be can definitely be flawed. So when you strip back all of these sightings, the modern stuff, the old religious stuff there, which was previously aliens, demons, they all sounds bloody similar. Like, it sounds similar. One of the St. Francis of Assisi, I think, that had this sighting with an angel. And again, you go, he's interpreted it as an angel. That's his frame of reference there, going, well, I believe in this, so it must be this sort of thing there. But the description was a being of light, or a light coming down that he met on a hilltop, and basically, I can't remember what happened during the time, but he died very shortly afterwards of what we would now call radiation poisoning, which again is connected to the UFO stuff. So I don't think it's any coincidence that we started to call this modern day UFO movement, that, you know, just as we were sending men into space in metal spaceships, looking at other planets and thinking about sending them there, and is there life in the space, you know, we start to interpret the phenomena that's been going on all along but as little green men in metal spaceships coming down there, it seems to be whatever that cultural flavor is, that, you know, that's how we interpret it, because we're always trying to understand what we're seeing through the things that we know. We're trying to, you know, associate with them. But I mean, even Christopher Columbus talks about, you know, sightings out in the sea, the USOs, exactly the same as what we're seeing now, but he described it as a giant candle coming out of the water. But what's that other than a giant light? You know, things like that. So I would say that it's the same phenomena happening all over again there. Again, a lot of the early religious stuff as well talks about, you know, lights in the sky, small beings taking people away to different realms, the fairy and the fae. You know, it's all missing time. It's all the same sort of stuff if you take that human interpretation layer off it there. So it's a good angle there, Hogan. I liked that. And where are we? There. And Geo, supposedly there was a tomb found in Iraq of a fallen angel, Gilgamesh, from many years back. And the stuff they found with it, portals in Iraq War, and they had to go in some way, and they weren't given up. So I've heard a few things around the Iraq War and stuff, and I'm very, very interested by it. But there's not a lot of stuff. It's all kind of like repetition of the same account. And what I really like is, again, the same thing, but from different angles there, different people's points on it, and the extra points of data. So, look, that is a very old part of the world. And you're thinking about, you know, the Anunnaki and those old gods there that maybe E.T., all that sort of stuff. That's where you're going to find that shit, isn't it, Geo? That my ears prick up when I hear it. But I feel like I'm hungry for it, and I just can't satiate that. Same like the Stargates and things. Like, not much on them. There is a couple of bits, but consider how many crash retrievals. There's so many accounts of those from multiple sources and all this sort of stuff there. That's a much more busier field, but this sort of stuff, we don't get anywhere near as much, and I'm hungry for it. I think it's absolutely cool. And awesome, getting paid and watching the crazy shows. Oh, Illusion, that would be cool, wouldn't it? On the Discord, Rachel there, welcome back. And we are getting soft. Partial disclosure right now. Dark, I think you are right there. And it makes sense why it's soft. Initially, I was a bit frustrated. Because, look, I want the bodies. Boom, boom, Roswell crash pictures. That's what I want. And look, we've spent years looking into the phenomena ourselves, haven't we? We know all the little bits there. But this isn't just for us. This is for everybody. The people that are not only not believers, but also hard skeptical, where their worldviews do not allow for it. Not just that they haven't got an area to cover it, it's just that they actively go, no, it cannot be true. So they have to kind of be softened up and eased into it and brought around slowly. It's the foreplay of disclosure, because otherwise it can be dangerous. And I think that's exactly what they're doing there. And Amuamua freaked me out there. Really, Rachel? That's an interesting one. Was it like because of what it could have been there, or was it some sort of connection that you had to it there, a bit like, you know, with the other ones you've had there? Where are we there? So oh, no, I failed one, Tank. I failed. I dabbled in guitar to impress girls. I barely knew anything with it. Barely. I would like to have been, but yeah, it wasn't very good, sadly. And, yeah, they're supposed... No, I did that one. No, it's just jumped up on me there. And has Moses there. See these things every night there. So many of them change direction and are too frequently to be satellites. And it's that change of direction that we don't have the explanation for. There cannot be a satellite if it's changing direction there. What the hell is it? But the quantity, as you say there, too many of them. Like, the skies are alive here. It's been going on for a very long time, and how busy it is there. Where are we? Begonia, what's that one there? And Meathead there, do you believe in ghosts? It's another thing that I'm interested in. I'm open. I don't do beliefs as yes or no. I do things as percentage, like that. How warm I am, how cold I am towards something. Yeah, it's a very complicated one. Because, you know, even if say I believe it's like generalized as a ghost, do I believe in that particular flavour or this particular? It's so complicated. So I'm kind of like... I'm an awkward one to pin down, but I've had more spooky experiences than I had ET experience until doing this bloody stream. Still trying to figure out a way that we can do a version of this, but spooky as well. I need to own a haunted house that we can just have cameras on all of the time. Not sure where it landed. What's that one? And Rando there. Well, hey there, my favourite lullaby channel. They're here to sleep. Peace out under the stars there. Rando, very welcome to it. I have no idea how you can fall asleep to my yapping and nasally voice there, but you're more than welcome to. And where are we there? Canal as well. Thank you for the sub there. And Katrina as well. Good to have that one. Oh, Zosist as well there. Zosista there. Thank you for the follows, guys, and the subs. I appreciate that. he said, you should get those notifications when we go live. And we are live pretty much every night looking for something related to the phenomena. And Stu, I think I've seen stuff myself there, but not 100% sure. And it's hard to know, isn't it, Stu? It really is. And feel free to share it and we can all chew it over and see there. But even when we have seen something that we know is strange, to be sure what it is, can we be fully sure that it is not some sort of strange weather phenomena there or some sort of super secret military craft? I mean, some are more likely than others there, but it is hard to get the definites there. And Geo, strange things are on the psyops are right in front of our eyes there. Palm Beach is the Jeffrey Epstein there. They're planting a seed. They have technology. It's beyond our imagination. Possibly. I'm open to it there. And Laurelas, how are you? I hope you're well. How are you? Have you got any good plans for the weekend? Let me try and summon something then. Mark, 100% give it a go. I would love that. I hear very good things about all of that C5 consciousness connection stuff. It's a little early, but I'm going to watch the North Falana video now too there. Well, have fun with that tank. Let us know if you spot anything. And Orlando as well. Did you film any of the weird storms Monday, Tuesday, and the early hours? Yes, we did actually. So we were on... what night was it? What was the last one we had? It wasn't last night. It was the night before maybe. And yeah, I think it was. And it was, we got the thunderstorms in, and I was seeing these flashes on the camera, like the whole screen was going white, and I'm like, what the fuck, is the camera playing up? Because the camera does play up. And oh no, the camera's super sensitive, isn't it? So it's going to pick up on that light in the distance. And I was getting nervous, the more flashes going, I need to bring that camera in, but I'm not seeing any clouds. Can't have lightning here if there's no clouds. And literally, as I went outside to just check with my eyes if there's clouds on the horizon, in front of the camera, there was clouds, and the bolts were coming down like in a Hollywood film. So I pointed the camera quickly down to it, and then quickly unplugged it. So we did get a bit of it on film. But all sorts of interruptions and stuff. And in fact, yeah, I think it was playing havoc with the power supply, and it kept resetting it. And Lozzie there is a medieval Serbian painting that depicts two flying objects with people or beings inside. Oh, I'm not sure. I've heard of that one, but that sounds fantastic. And there's lots of these historical references, whether it is art like that, or even cave paintings there. But over the years, there's been so many things that, again, we've tried to interpret it with what we knew of at the time. And I think it's no coincidence, I say, as soon as we were looking to the stars, we were entering the space race. What could man achieve? And we were thinking about being up there, metal spaceships. We started to go, wait a minute, look, there's all of this going on here. We started to see the modern UFO phenomena there. Where are we? Coming through there. And Anton Errors there, thank you for the sub. Where are you joining us from tonight? Guys, if you are just joining us, we're doing a live UFO UAP Skywatch tonight, coming to you live from Wiltshire in the UK, which is right in the heart of Crop Circle country, just down the road from Stonehenge. Lots of weird and wonderful things in these skies over the years, and it is nice and clear for us. Again, it's about 7 out of 10. The moon's up doing a bit of brightness in. It's not going to stop us from UFO spotting there, but it's not as good as it can be there. So do make sure you're following or subscribed, whatever it is, wherever you are, and you'll join us every night as we're on the hunt. Clear skies, this is UFO UAP Skywatch. If the moon's up and I can be bothered, it's a moon watch. Looks like that. See all the craters, all the details, and the weird things that go on, off, and around the moon. If it's cloudy, we do an alien radio signal hunt there. We search the hydrogen line, the channel on the radio dial, with our own dish there, that scientists theorise that if ET's out there, that's where they'd put the message, hello, is anybody else out there? And it's where the wow signal was heard. So join us every night as we're looking for evidence directly there. And are there live cameras and UFO hotspots in the US there? I wish I could watch. A tank is well on those ones. There are some ones looking out over to sea, but I don't think there's any in like the classic ones. And that's what we want to do. We want to find some people over there that can do that. And we've got a lot of free schedule time on here. When I come off, it'll be good. We could go around the world, follow the darkness around the world. Living like also Star Wars, named Must Your Fear Be Before Banish It to UK. Oh, it's Yoda. Exactly, you got to name your fear to banish it. And I don't think any of them would be happy with the Americans referring to the aliens or future us there. Possibly there. It was the speed from it that freaked me out there. Oh, yes. That was the movement on it. Oh, no, sorry, the speed of it. So this is the thing, Rachel, because the speed of it was slow, wasn't it? Like this, relative to us, it was more the case that our solar system went through the same area that Oumuamua was. It was almost at rest, wasn't it, with the galaxy? So it was stationary because you've seen the sun go around Sorry, the moon go around the Earth and the Earth go around the sun. Our solar system works in that sort of circular way, whereas actually more like a spiral, with them all doing this going forward, or actually in orbiting around our galaxy there. So we technically passed through where Oumuamua was there, which was pretty cool. You know, somebody did theories it could be like a beacon, a marker there for, you know, interstellar GPS. And Syntax said, District 9, Edge of Tomorrow. Nope, all on Netflix if you've never seen them. Oh, it's Edge of Tomorrow on Netflix, Syntax. That is such a good film. Cracking film there. You know, in fact, I really want to watch that again. I might not wait for the next movie club. I might watch that and stay up all night and complain that I've stayed up all night watching that. Edge of Tomorrow is very good there, and ghosts are definitely real there. I had my own experiences. Lots of people have. There is something going on, and then even if, you know, ghosts and aliens themselves are separate things, the rules that govern them, or should we say the rules that we haven't yet discovered to know that how they can for a scientific means, I think are going to be the same. A Geo there, a Project Almanac there, the missing 411, and Proximity, some good suggestions. Fourth Kind as well. Yep. So anything film-wise, we need it. It doesn't get recorded sadly in the chat. It has to be either in the Discord Movie Club chat, and therefore Alan goes through and picks them out, or on the website there. But they're brilliant suggestions. And Wayne there, morning all. Have I missed any UFOs tonight there? Not really. We had some flashing. Again, it's been a quiet couple of days there, which just means we normally, when we do get a quiet patch, what will happen is we'll get surprised. Not only will the sky just be like weirdly clear, but we'll get some strange ones. I start to go, oh, it's been really quiet when we've done 2 or 3 days in a row, and then boom, something happens. Living like I love old paintings like the Madonna and the UFO. Typically, it reflects to the 15th century painting and Madonna and the Child with Saint Gossip there housed in Florence. I mean, anything evidence looking back. Look at those little windows back to the past there, and Oblivion surprised me of how good it was. I don't think I've seen that one. And Oscar, how are you? Good to see you. How are you feeling today? Where are we? Oh, bloody hell. Oh, I must be getting to the bottom of the chat. It's jumping ahead of me. Things started to turn bad again there. Shoulder came out to... Oh, my God, they're being brought to America. Oscar, that is awful news there. But hopefully they can sort it out for you for the treatment there. Like, and just get it done for you there. That is, it's not great news, man. And Stu, it was a night, and I saw out of a blurry designed window a batch of lights. And I opened the window, and they disappeared. Ooh, what colour were the lights, says Stu? And Tank, Maui Live, wow, Sanctuary Cam is a bit of a hotspot too. Good angle there, for those asking there. Oh, bloody thing. I'm at the lower in the chat now, it's just jumping ahead. I was in a room with no light, so you could really clearly see it there. And can never be 100. You can never. This is the thing, Stu. You can never be 100%, and that is why. That's why it always blows my mind when people come in and go, "Oh, the scientists are just so confident there's no alien life." Like, I'm totally fine that we can say that we have not got publicly available, scientifically provable smoking gun evidence, like in a single form, that can say aliens are here or aliens exist or whatever, blah blah blah. But we have lots of individual cases which are not, you know, slam dunk, but they still point in that direction. They imply there might be something going on there. So to have that real balls out confidence, the scoffs that you've seen there, people going, there's no aliens, it's bullshit. You know, go, where do you get that confidence from? Because it's fucking unearned. Where are we? Where do we get to there? Let's do there, and you can never be 100%. That was it. Another good newer movie could... Cold Storage. I haven't seen that one. I saw it advertised there. And it was fast, I heard. Oh, I heard the other way around, that it was actually that it was us the fast. I can always be wrong there, Rachel. If it's a relative thing, sort of thing. Where are we? Let me scroll up. Bloody thing. Trying to fight the chat now. Every time a new message comes in, it jumps ahead. Oh, for fuck. I have to wait for the other chat to catch up. Catch you later there, Tank. And a call north of Boston. Oh, I like that one. Empty. Good to have you in. Have you ever seen anything strange there? Volcanoes have UAPs sometimes. Tank, you're not wrong. I've seen some very interesting videos of what looks like the UFOs going in and out of volcanoes. Now, if they are using warp drive, they're creating a little bubble of their own universe around them. There's no interaction with the outside or with our part of the universe there. So they could, in theory, use that and just go through a volcano. They could go through solid objects if they want. There'll be no heat interaction, I think, for them to worry about. And it does look like one of the most plausible ways in which they could be doing it. And a real-life warp drive does not break physics. Scientists have looked into this. It is very, very possible, and we may actually be seeing evidence of this in the images and videos that have been taken there. No scientific evidence. Well, not that we know of. This is the thing there. I'm sure governments have got stuff here, but there is evidence. They just haven't been able to do the studies. But saying that they haven't been able to do the studies, again, it's a bit disingenuous. Don't know when they go, where is all the bloody evidence? I said, A, you've got a lot of good evidence that points that way, but how much money do you guys spend looking at this stuff? Oh yeah, fuck all. But how much money do you spend on string theory, which looks like total bollocks? Oh, billions. Okay, so you've got no results from string theory. You still haven't proved that one, have you guys? Just some fancy maths, and you spent billions on that, but yet you complain we've not got any evidence. So it is very, very biased. Yeah. Oh, Natalie, they're 8 into the grid. Let's have a look. Oh, I'm keeping an eye, see if we can spot anything there. Oh, it's getting a bit warm. I should have brought the fan in there. Is it really good there, Tank? There was a UFO movie that came out during the can't remember what it was. Oh, during the vids there. What was it? A lot of people weren't a fan of Cowboys versus Aliens, but I quite liked it. I mean, I do like Daniel Craig, but it was a good. I thought it was a good movie. Gal was attacked by Greys. Awesome flick. The Vast of Night. I liked The Vast of Night. We did watch it for one of our movie club ones. It's not quite independent, but it's a low budget new director one. That was a really, really good one. It's a bit slower. That for a lot of people want action, but I thought it was a brilliant film there. And how many you seen tonight there are for? Would be watching myself, but it's completely clouded up here. Oh man, I feel you. You've lived vicariously through us there whilst we're still on, but not really. Actually, tonight's been quiet. Tonight has sadly been quiet, so I don't think we can class anything really as anomalous. I've not pressed the button once.
Anomalous object confirmed.
So sadly, yeah, not much at the minute. But you never know, maybe just before we come off, it might surprise us there. What have you seen? What's your best sighting there, R4? And Chris, I liked Mars Attacks. I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen it. It's very much on my list. I'm waiting for it to go on one of the Netflix or Prime without paying. Then we can do it for Movie Club. What's that? Mysterious Skin is sort of a UFO. Oh, I've not even heard of that one. What's it on there, Mark? Like aliens more than cowboys. I've had a few of them around to do work at times there. And young Joseph Gordon-Levitt was in that. Oh, good actor. Fan of Gordon-Levitt. Oh, we've got a green one on the screen now. Can you guys see that on the TikTok? Guys, if you are on the TikTok, check us out on the tubes there. First of all, the sky's up the right way. Second of all, more sky, less me, which is always a good thing. And there's all sorts of analysis that's going on that you can see around the screen there, including weather, solar flare activity, and solar wind speed, all the stuff that can affect what we're seeing here. So at The Thing UFO is definitely worth checking us out over there. Can't say much about the movie there. War Machine was actually very good. Oh, Tank, was War Machine the recent-ish one on Netflix that was a bit UFO-y? Because I think it's that one that somebody said I need to watch, and I didn't get around to watching it. And I was like, what the hell was the name of it? So if it was that one on it. Oh, R4, I saw 6 at the beginning of the week, over 2 nights. All of them moving in one direction, sadly. But it didn't look like satellites to me. There is this middle ground, R4, isn't there? Like, obviously, we can't say without that anomalous movement. That is the slam dunk. That is for us. Satellites just do not do those things. Can't do those things. So that is the real slam dunk, the 100% that it is, not a man-made object. So yeah, it's not a man-made object. But sometimes you see them currently and you go, it's a little bit strange. There's something about that. That I just, the gut is telling me. But we can't say exactly why, so I definitely feel that one up for. And thank you, Tank. You've reminded me. I'm going to try and catch that one there. Living Like Arrival. Yes, Arrival was good. I really like that, and how they tackled language is really interesting and really true. We think of language, don't we, as the words to describe things. So I can say mug, and you know I mean the vessel of drinking fluid, but it's also like a little computer program, you know. There's actions encoded within that, and they tackle like all sorts of, I don't want to spoil it, but they tackle it as being more of a language as a form of programming rather than just the words we use to communicate. And it makes sense why they call it computer language, don't they? There as well. The Arrival with Charlie Sheen. It's a bit of an older film, but that's another SETI-based one like we do on our Signal Hunt nights. That wasn't too bad. Interesting angle for the times. Very gory. I'm alright with gore. And yeah, it's annoying, and I checked flight radar, and that definitely weren't planes, but I feel like we're moving faster than any satellite I've ever seen. This is the thing, there is just something that hits your gut, isn't there, with that? And it gets so frustrating, because it is hard to then, you know, we can't without being able to gather more conclusive proof. But we do see there's a wide gap. We see something like that, I say, almost every night, and I think we've had the quieter nights the last couple of nights, because that frickin' moon has been up at the wrong times, and it's just doing our night vision in. I also like Charlie Sheen's Arrival too. Yeah, I liked that, and if it was a brilliant angle on the old global warming stuff. We are moving faster than any satellite I've ever. We're moving faster than any satellite I've seen. Have you seen the other Arrival, the early 90s, the B? No. I've only seen Arrival as in, you know, the recent one with Amy Adams, and then Charlie Sheen's The Arrival, but I've not seen the other one, I don't think. Oh, B-Grid again is very active tonight. It's Vegas. No, that's Deneb that's in there now. It was good. We'll have to check it out there. One moving into C4 now, just then C4. That's right down the bottom. There's still a bit of a delay. Should we zoom in on a couple, guys? See if we can catch anything interesting up close.
Zoom mode activated.
So now to this one. Oh, no, it's a bit too close. That's off the screen. Silly zoom. Still not getting used to this new zoom here. Let's go into this one. Allow Siri to use my location. Fuck off. No, I'm not talking to you. Sorry, distracted by Siri. There, that wasn't doing anything strange. Sadly. Look at some of the colours tonight, though. Look, purples here, blues, some oranges and some other stars. Sometimes you get a deep red as well, just right next to it, and the contrast is amazing. Like, you know, the red up there, the purples, the yellows. Again, all of these are stars like our sun. Some bigger, some smaller, some hotter, some cooler, but all fusion reactions burning away in the sky, or as far as we know, with their own planets around them, each possibly home to life. It's crazy to think of how many places life could form. And you know, around, I mean, just take Deneb here. Like, I mean, I don't know if we know of any exoplanets around there yet. Might be too close and too bright, but actually, I don't think Deneb's that close. Either way, might be too bright to detect, but there may be a planet around, going in orbit around this star right now, and they're looking back to the faint glow of our star, wondering if there is life. Looking back, maybe they've got their own version of YouTube and TikTok. There's a nice blue one coming in here. We're seeing a lot of blue ones at the minute. I think it must be atmospheric is why we're seeing so many, but they do look really cool, the minty fresh ones. Look very spacey, like a laser. Was it, what do they call it in Star Wars or Star Trek? The photon torpedoes? It's like it's just launched one of those. Oh, Dark City. I've not seen that one either. I've heard of it. I've watched reviews on it, but I haven't actually seen it there. Moving to C4, we did that one. Oh, for fuck's sake, chat, stop doing that. Where are I? I hope there could be other life. There has to be. Even mainstream scientific opinion now does think that life is just going to be absolutely everywhere. And Theo, there. What about checking out? Oh bloody hell! Out cameras in other countries. So we could do, and it is on a list of maybe cloudy nights now. But I couldn't find good ones. I could only find really low quality ones at the time they compress the video, sending it over and stuff. And I also like the idea of doing it here. It's unique. But I'm not opposed to the idea, especially on quiet nights there. Adam as well. Thank you for the gifts there. Got a nice bright one coming in on the screen. TikTok, you won't be able to see it just yet. It's behind me. If you do want to see it, though, go to the YouTube and it'll come out there at the thing. UFO there. Dara as well, thank you for the gifts. All the gifts, the subs, the Patreons, the members, all that jazz does go back into stream. And let's zoom in.
Mode activated.
Because this one's actually a bit purpley. Look how bright that one is. Interesting. Right, as I zoom out, if you can follow it across the screen, you won't be able to on TikTok because it's behind me. Oh, there's a plane going over in A4 there. Can you see this one coming in yet? No, it's behind that goof goal. Right, where did we get to in the chat? Space is just fascinating to me, though, honestly. I've always been interested. The fact that we're here gives... Ooh, fucking thing. Sorry, guys. Gives me so much hope, though. There really could be. There really could. And I'm always fascinated as well. It's just stunning when you see the scales of these things and just the beauty of it all there. I think aliens are watching us there with popcorn and soft drinks whilst we watch the movies about them. They could well be. I mean, it makes sense, wouldn't it? That they, you know, they've got the same curiosities as us. Oh, fucking thing. Sorry, it gets to a point. This chat, every time a new message comes in, it scrolls ahead and I can't, then there's this gap that I can't seem to read. Where are we there? Movies, Skywatch is check. What's that for there? Proton. What's the proton there? Oh, proton torpedo. Maybe? Or photon torpedo? I thought it was photon. But I'm not a Trekkie. I don't know. I reckon the universe is teeming with it. I really think it is. And the skies in Kansas City. The skies in Kansas City. Are they active? I mean, this is a UFO hotspot. You know, they had that massive UFO flap here in the 60s and the 70s. It's still going on to a degree. But yeah, it had such a reputation then. Mexico has live beach cams too. And Japan has a lot of live cams. It's getting the quality though, because honestly, this is the thing. We're suckers. We like good visuals. We say we're here for the UFOs. But I tell you what, there was a big difference in the amount of people that watch when I had a different lens on here. We're a strange bunch. That was a really bright one, Adam, there. And TikTok Ram Raiders, how are you doing? Good to see you there. It's not a satellite. Well, this is the thing. Just because it doesn't do anything strange, doesn't do anything that's conclusively pushed it to not be a satellite, doesn't mean that it isn't anomalous there. And what's the YouTube? Amanda, it's The Thing UFO. So you should be able to find us there for that. So it's always worth it, guys, especially if you're into this. Again, Sky, cameras up the right way, less my face, more data, and also just bigger in general there. That's The Thing UFO there. And Dark Jedi there. That one that just now in C looks strange trajectory. Oh, I didn't catch that one. But I should catch it on the clips there. Because the trajectory is one of those things that we need to check. It's one of those things that can highlight if it is a little bit stranger. Satellites are falling to Earth in a big circle, so anything that isn't just a straight line is very interesting there. And Shirley, how you doing? Good to see you in. RT, there's just so many reports of it. And now we've got all this disclosure happening. We've got the disclosure happening. We're right on the cusp of being able to prove those life forms around those distant exoplanets. Same life on Mars and everything around here. You know, so much on the cusp. It's going to be a very different conversation very soon, I think. All lines up with other large... I think it does. Evening, Steve. How are you doing? And it was a faint one. Oh, I definitely didn't say. I was too busy looking at the bright one there. And we want that one drunken zigzag. This is the thing, you know, we need E.T. to realise he's left his keys at home, right over the camera, and do the interstellar handbrake turn. That is a slam dunk for sure. But obviously, E.T. isn't always going to forget his keys. So it does take a bit of luck there. Just because he doesn't mean it's not anomalous. And I think the UFOs are driven by consciousness, though, not aliens. And I can't see life traveling between the solar systems. It's a big issue, is it? These distances are so vast. I mean, literally the only, I think, workaround that we know of would be like a warp drive. And they are theoretically possible. You just need a lot of energy. It's the only way I think that biological matter could travel there. Because otherwise, yeah, it'd have to be either AI or, you know, a consciousness is another angle of that. Something along those lines where the limits of biology don't come into play. And Holly, how are you doing as well? And Kit Kat, thank you for the follow there, and RT as well. Appreciate all of those guys. Remember, follow and sub because we are on every night, and then you'll be able to get those notifications when we go live. And yeah, hopefully we've still got some more good skies ahead of us. I should definitely check that one out. And UAPs have fucked up most of the New Jersey shore cams. Really? They're on the offensive then. Wormholes, Frenchie, you're right. Wormholes are, well, again, theoretically possible. And they go, well, we haven't detected a wormhole. We haven't detected a warp drive in use. Well, some scientists actually did the maths and went, right, okay, what devices, what antennae would detect the waves being emitted by those things being used? I mean, we don't have the antennas. We could build them, but we don't. So again, it's some of these biases here. They go, well, we've not got any evidence. Well, we're not looking, guys. And TikTok as well there. You need to get to the cam from 60s, 70s infrared night vision. I've heard about it. I've heard how weird that is, and I would love to see some more of that. And Holly's, I'm glad to hear it there, Holly. It's all speculation, and we'll never truly know anything for sure until it comes and greets us. That is true there. Have you checked out the crop circle? Not physically, but I have seen them, some of the images, and crop circle season is kicking off nicely over here there. And Chris, even for warp drive, you need infinite energy. So, you need to go the speed of light, you need infinite energy. But you can get very close to the speed of light with a little bit less than infinite energy. You need a lot, basically. But it isn't impossible. But you need more than we would know ever how to make. But in theory, it is possible. It doesn't break physics there. So maybe a more advanced being could do it. And as well, hello, how are you doing there? And they must be there. And it scares me, though, because it means that they're way more advanced than us. Well, exactly. Now, is that a good thing? Because if they're way more advanced than us and they had bad intentions, maybe they would have already done it. Maybe not, or, maybe they're benevolent. Maybe we might get in their way, but we haven't yet. And what's the purple one in a B1 there? So that one is, I think that's Deneb at the minute in B1. We did have Vega, which is bigger, brighter, and purpler, but it's moved along and now. In A there, I'm having a look. Oh, keep an eye on that. Good spot in there, Natalie. And I'm doing okay. I'm glad to hear it, Shirley. Much better now that it's calmed down, or the heat has cooled us down. It's 34 degrees in here most nights this week. Flash in B3, Amanda. Good spotting. If we see that one again, that can be very anomalous. And check out the Y-Files 0.1s. It's a true conspiracy. There was some ones I don't know if I've seen the 0.1. I will have to have a look there. And R4, if they can get here. Through it means they're more advanced than us, and that's worrying. Well, exactly. Did hear one interesting theory, which was that maybe if it was like element 115 that had those properties, and if that was abundantly available on their homeworld and it isn't here, that maybe maybe they took a different technological path than us. So they might not be technically more advanced than us. They might have just had easier access to that, and they might have missed the combustion phase. Don't know how much I believe it, but I thought it was an interesting take I hadn't heard there. Maybe they will help. Maybe. I do think that we've got to earn the technology, though. Like, you couldn't have just given nuclear energy to the knights and the kings back in the day, because that would have gone bang and would have been bad for us there. So maybe it's a similar thing. Dark there as well. Nothing with a mass can travel the speed of light there. If we figure out how to cancel out mass, negative mass is the theory, isn't it? But then they've got to try and create negative mass and all that sort of bending around there. But you're right there, to go fully the speed of light. But you can get pretty close in theory. But again, if you are building a warp drive, it doesn't go to the speed of light. In fact, the warp drive it's the breaking of the rules, isn't it? It's actually bending space around you, so you're not technically going any speed. Interstellar is going to camp out. Where are we? Fucking hell. And go see them take readings. Oh, that's pretty cool. I do like he's on the groundwork there. And maybe the chat is now at the level where it's scrolling ahead on me, and it always jumps down to the new message, and there's a little gap that I can't read. My mate's seen some strange things, but I heard it's in the country with the scene. It does seem to be out in the country. Greetings from the Netherlands, Shirley. I love that. How are the Netherlands this evening there? Seen the Flash 2 there, Illusion? They must be observing us, otherwise they would have attacked us by now. I mean, there are other versions, but, the first thought is like, well, why haven't they done it? Why have they done nothing? Is it just an anthropological reason? They're just curious in the same way that we are with animals? Definitely more advanced. I do lean that. I think that's the more obvious one. But I thought it was interesting. And I love looking at all of the stories of UFOs being in the past. They're 100 years, even though some of them are. I mean, we can hold it all open here. We don't have to be precious, do we? We can enjoy the stories. We can enjoy the culture and the mystery. That's what I love. And I thought, you're right, every planet and its possible resources are different there. It is. Some of them are definitely questionable. They're dark as well. Yes, I totally agree. And we are doing great. I am glad to hear it there. Have you had a good... we had a heat wave over here. Was it like that for you? And Sword Lord there, I find. The USOs, very interesting. Totally. And what I find even more interesting about it is that for me, it's quite new. Like I thought, oh yeah, there'll probably be sightings over the water. Why wouldn't there be? Oops. But to the degree of how active the seas are for this, it blew my mind. And then the fact that it's been like that the whole damn time for a very, very long time, I was like, what? You know, again, it's that proof of the point that knowledge and information doesn't quite distribute the way we think. You know, we think we tell one person who tells two persons, who tells three people. Information propagates, but not like this, not necessarily. So I was shocked by that. But I think it's absolutely fascinating there. I love even the ones that are wacky still. Exactly. And what's that? Oh, I can't pronounce that one. But is that? Oh, I don't know. But thank you for the follow. My eyes are playing up. Is that? Yeah, I wouldn't even know where to start. But you can tell me your name, and I will let you. And I'll say hello. Where are we in the chat there? What's a USO? Unidentified submerged objects. When it's wet, basically, when it's in the water. But again, technically, I don't know why we differentiate them, because they're transmedium, aren't they? They're in the water. They're the same ones seen out of the water. They're seen in space as well. There. It was 29 to 30 degrees yesterday. That's on the toasty side. It's very, very nice. That's about right for me. Or maybe a bit on the edge of too hot. You know, I wouldn't want to be in direct sunlight. We do R4. Yeah, link in bio for that one. And you're very, very welcome in there. Thank you, Leanne. What are you doing up at this time, Leanne? Go to bed. In fact, what am I doing up at this time? Just noticed the time. But I am caught up with the chat now, guys. So, thank you so much for joining us. It's been a pleasure as always. Thank you for hanging out and staring at the stars with us, keeping us company, sharing your knowledge, asking your awesome questions there. Also, for the tapping away, the sharing, building up our little community here. Do appreciate all of that. You never know who we're going to meet. They're gifters, subbers, patrons, members, all that jazz. Extra love there because you guys are helping us improve what we do here, upgrades and whatnot there. But we'll be back on tomorrow night there. And I think, let's check the weather, guys. Are we still in luck for another day? They were talking about rain at some point. Okay, lengthy clear spells, it's saying tomorrow night. So we might get away with another Skywatch if we're lucky, guys. So fingers crossed, yeah, we'll have another Skywatch for you guys tomorrow night. So last chance to like and sub and whatever it is there to get those notifications there. Very nice to me, and I love the sun. I like the idea of it. I like a little bit of warmth. I don't like being cold, but I can't be in it. I'm awful. I'm like a sickly Victorian child. 1 degree temperature change. I'm not expecting, and that's it. I'm in the ground. Holly, night, Holly there, and I just take. No, I haven't read your text. I'll have to have a look in a second. And Frenchie, has anyone ever experienced dark round spheres? That definitely isn't a drone. So the dark ones can be interesting. We saw some of these, didn't we, on the latest drop? There were some black spheres that we could see in the visible light. Very, very interesting there. Night guys coming in, and lovely to meet you too, R4 as well. We're on every night, and you're always welcome to hang out with us as well. We'd love your input there as well. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna wind us up for tonight. But again, thank you so much, and we'll all catch you later there. Bye bye.